Yeah, you know. You down with AIP? Yeah, you know me. Anything is possible to create. The key on the mic, I'm the truth, no fantasy. Podcast flow, old school vibe guaranteed. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Jumped on the beat like a classic cassette. Late night talk, the vibe you won't forget. Dropping wisdom gems, the grind is set. Every story told, ain't no limits met. You open the mind, the world opens wide. On this podcast, real thoughts collide. From the cooks in the kitchen to the suits we chide. Dreams get bigger when the truth's supplied. Sip on success like it's poured in a mug. Real talk, no BS, no need for a shrug. In your ear like an anthem, snug as a hug. Tune in, feel the buzz, plug after plug. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than the philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. 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 Deep in the swamp where the secrets lay thick. Whispers in the shadows, they hit like a brick. Talking with the moon, got the stars in a twist. Truth or illusion, the facts get dismissed. Talking with conspiracy, whispers in the air. Truth in the trenches, but who really care? From the dirty south where the legends get made. Stories in the dark, watch the shadows parade. Slick tongues spin tales like a spider on a thread. Hood prophets preach knowledge while the streets stay fed. Voices echo deep where the rivers don't flow. Lost truths buried under where the cold winds blow. Heavy bass thump, got the block hypnotized. Mysteries unfold under blood red skies. Voices in the static, they creep through the scene. Street sermons spill truths, but they cut like a guillotine. Talking with conspiracy, whispers in the air. Truth in the trenches, but who really care? From the dirty south where the legends get made. Stories in the dark, watch the shadows parade. Blueprints of chaos in a world so deranged. Every word they speak got the vibe feeling strange. From pyramids to projects, the stories collide.
Welcome everybody to the AIP channel where anything is possible with another great Talking with Conspiracy. And we got special here. We got the tag team over here with Jamie and Whit. And we got Brother Dave back. So it's the four of us tonight. The four horsemen. So we're going to have fun tonight, as always. I got to throw some refs in, you know.
Froze already.
I don't think so.
Okay, it just froze on my screen then.
The good horseman, though, not the bad ones.
Damn,
Yeah. Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
We bring glad.
I'll be right back.
We bring good news.
Oh,
and
yeah.
animal videos.
For sure. What's up, James? What up, Sweets? We got a little Johnny Boy,
Oh yes,
North Vixen, and Pigeonverse up in the chats on the Rumble and the YouTube. No Facebook tonight because they're mad at me, so they'll be okay. There we go.
Mhm.
Y'all are moving around.
Yeah, man, I think my internet's just running slow over here in Memphis tonight.
They might be trying to stop people. Trying to stop people from hearing the truth around here.
That crime is really not down. Is that what I'm hearing in Memphis? Is that they've been lying to us? Data shows that crime is actually down. Put your clown makeup on.
Jamie can get a little. Is he a little quiet to you, Dave?
Am I quiet? I can definitely tune this up.
There we go.
You know, we're using the new headset tonight, so I don't know where I am. Like right now, I sound really loud, but I've also got my headphones jacked up.
Good. That's better. Turn the
Yeah, you
headphones
sound good
Headphones
there.
down a little bit. Whitney,
because
give
you're
them a
not-
mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, y'all look good on the amp thing on the side too. You're not getting in the yellow or the red.
Good, good.
Good.
So y'all are wonderful.
So far, so good.
Yeah. How do we sound, Sweets?
Just jump
Sweets
in
will be
chat.
our
Always.
James
Sweets is
James says we
always there.
sound good. Yeah. James says we sound good, so we sound good by God. Yeah, so it's gonna be a fun one, I think.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to connect my television without losing my audio.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be easy to connect, but it should. I don't know. They might try to throw the audio over there, maybe. Yeah, tech is hard for sure. Um, did you happen to see what King Charles said today? I don't know if he said today,
No.
but I seen the video today.
Do
I think he
enlighten
said,
us.
"Do enlighten us." All right, I'll just let the old King talk for himself today. You know, it's still his first job he ever had, so he's trying to work things out here.
I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people. This land acknowledgement is a recognition of shared history as a nation, while continuing to deepen my own understanding. It is my great hope that in each of your communities and collectively as a country, a path is found toward truth and reconciliation in both word and deed. I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered.
Oh, they're slacking on here, but yeah, he just basically acknowledged that Canada is an illegitimate state.
So
So-
you know what the what DT said the other day about Canada and their opportunity to become a, sovereign state or territory. He said, however much the shield is going to be built, for this Iron Dome defense system for the U.S., and he said, either you're in or you're not, and I don't see you paying the money for it. So, he basically made the case. I see it happening, man. Donald Trump, when he talks shit, there's a layer of purpose and drive behind what he's saying to where you think he's running his mouth where he's talking about, we're going to make Canada fold. Well, guess what?
That's his hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I think they're just going to have to, I mean, dude, they profit from profit. They benefit from all the security of the United States. We ensure that nobody has run over them yet. The majority of their goods and their entire culture is an American culture, except for the French Canadians. Okay, now listen. I don't know what's wrong with those people, but they are a different type of, we got people from Appalachia. They got French Canadians. Okay. I'm not going to say they're banging their sister, but damn, they're ugly. Now there's some hotties out there though. I'm Quebec. Been to a Habs game. Went to a hockey game. I'm gonna tell you, they bring the hotties out. Nothing brings the
Speaking of
hotties out
hockey-
like an Ole Miss football game, though. Okay, I've never seen so much blonde hair and fake titties in my life until I went to Ole Miss and went to a football game down there. Blonde hair and boob jobs everywhere. Like,
Yeah. On old men's arms.
bro, like everywhere. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe that's going. No, you know what's going on. Okay. You know, listen, gentlemen, dads out there, I want to clue you in on a little secret. If your daughter's flying all over the country and she ain't got no jobby job and you ain't footing that credit card bill, you should be concerned about your daughter's actions, is all I'm going to say. You know,
Sorry.
Sorry.
man, dude, I cannot figure this out. I want to cast on my freaking television, but keep all my audio on my computer. And it's not letting me do it. Because I immediately lose it. I can hear me just fine through my TV, but then I can't. What's the point of having these fancy headsets on if, you know?
Yeah, I understand. I do
Advanced display settings. Where is turn off audio? You know, this is why you need like some 12-year-old kid that's some computer guru. Like, you know,
IT.
they know how to hook up everything. You know, by the time some of these kids are 15 years old, like they've hacked everything. You know, they're the little shits that are on Call of Duty beating me with their little aim bots, shooting through walls and shit because they wrote a script that allows them to see through walls. God, I hate kids.
This is so true.
I'm sure it's them.
Man, I pulled up my PlayStation 3 after like years of letting it sit and put in Blackouts 2. And there's still a few people playing, but the ones that are playing are just, you can't do nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just,
they're just running over
they're
everybody.
murking you. Yeah, you just get
Wow,
murked,
that's
like,
just
instant.
not fun when we get in those games like that. It's just not that fun. It sure is most of the time, though.
Yeah. Another cool video I've seen here I thought it was interesting. I got a bunch of videos really. It's my title is kind of is light, but I got bukus of stuff to show. So hopefully we get to everything I got pulled up, and if y'all got anything to show, it'd be good. But I thought this was interesting.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
1943 predicting exactly what the left does today. And it doesn't stop there. In 1971, just about 30 years after this video took place, another communist named Saul Alinsky wrote a book called Rules for Radicals. In this book, he said, and I quote, "He who controls the language controls the masses," end quote. This is not a new tactic for the radical left, but it's so crazy how much this 1943 video and directive to communists resembles what we see today in 2025.
You remember those books that you read like 1984?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Whitney, hand me that book right there on top. Yep.
Or Fahrenheit 411.
I got another one for you. A Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Sure, I don't know if you can see that. But I urge people to check that out. Very 1984 vibes going on there. It's an interesting read.
Fahrenheit 451. Yeah, I said 411. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, particularly the part where he's giving them the tour of the reproduction training grounds, and he says, "Can you believe we used to be so backwards that we used to discourage these little children from exploring their sexuality, and so it predicted this very pedophilic dystopian future, from what I remember too, in that book. Now here's something crazy. Aldous Huxley is not the only Huxley. There's two others. There's Julian Huxley and Thomas Huxley. The first president of UNESCO, United Nations Education, Science, Culture Organization, was a Huxley. And the other or the daddy, I think Thomas is the daddy. He was a eugenicist, which means he thought we should, he was into some, some Hitler type shit, like control reproduction very tightly, have people sterilized, control who can breed, that's eugenics. So that's the Huxley family. For those that don't know, as Jamie says.
It seems like the people that put the publications out, to put the words out, are always connected to the people on the other side of, it's like every family has the good side and the bad side, and I almost wonder if it's all the same side. And you've just got people that are there to, advocate for one or the other, and it's just back to the division game. If you can make somebody dislike somebody else because of what the fuck ever, you've won,
So Hollywood puts out a lot of movies that are dystopian, but we know for sure they're not doing that for our benefit. If anything, it's part of their like Kabbalistic black magic to put it in our face through riddle, rhyme, and story, kind of flaunt it, right?
So are you telling me that Transformers is a real movie? Because if that is, I'm going to nut my pants right now, okay? Because if I get to see Optimus Prime, oh my God, all right? Like, listen, I think so, I just wonder, are the giants real?
I think like the Marvel universe is probably the direction we should be going rather than like the Transformer direction, but like shape-shifting superheroes, super abilities. I don't know.
Stan Lee had that show with talking about.
They say Michael Jordan could reach out really far, and he was
I don't know, man.
Yeah. But Stan Lee had that superhuman show on History for a little while.
Well, and there were
some pretty amazing
that
abilities.
show had way more episodes than I thought it was going to have when it first came out too. There were, I know what you're talking about. There were quite a few. And stuff you can't fake. Like that was, I don't know.
And on the giants, Abraham Lincoln was talking about there's a speech with him talking about the giants and that are in the mounds across this nation. And it's funny how the history books, like from the 1800s and the early 1900s, pretty much will tell us that there was giants, and there was, guarantee you, but for whatever reason, it's like a big cover up. And I never understood really the point of it. Like it don't make sense to the point, like, why would you cover up, there's giants, hey, there was an ancient larger class of people or whatever, what is the point?
What if Earth is bigger than what they really tell us?
Question everything.
Oh, absolutely. What? Well, like just what if? What if? Now listen, I don't need people to come after me like they came after Thug Nasty. Okay, I'm not calling the shit flat by any means. I'm just saying, just what if? Because we know the maps about Greenland are wrong, right? The maps about Greenland are wrong. All right, so they portray that as this large, giant landmass, and actually, it's not. Apparently, I think they said Iceland is bigger than Greenland. Is that how it is? Right. So when you're
the maps are totally messed up. The maps are totally messed up because there's a theory that they made it, for the more European countries and upper northern countries, it made them look bigger, and so it made. But it's quite a bit. It's amazing. The maps don't show nowhere near like well, like Texas, you can cover the whole damn near all of Europe with Texas.
You ever
Yeah.
see well, bro, let me tell you, from somebody that's driven across Texas and driven across Europe, okay, motherfucker, Texas a big damn state. Okay. All right. So I would say that when you drop that map of Texas in the middle of Europe, yeah, it's probably
It's
pretty damn accurate. Okay.
huge.
You know, geez, I felt like I spent like I felt like I was in a wasteland in Texas, just driving endlessly on 40. Like it didn't fucking end. Still in Texas, still in Texas, still in Texas.
Mhm. And there's nothing there, like a lot of it. It's just desert and
Yeah.
freaking
40's just a lonely drive, you know, fucking through New
It is.
Mexico, Arizona, you know, welcome to
To-
barren fucking dirt.
But it gets you there efficiently.
Oklahoma is just like
Man.
that. It's just flat and
Yes.
not shit.
But I like Oklahoma because Oklahoma's got some greenery. And it's kind of green there a little bit, you know, depending on where you are. And it's got, you know, grass. Not,
Well, where we just left in Texas and went to
Oh, it's a
Oklahoma,
cannabis
Oklahoma looked better
friendly
than
state.
the plains of Amarillo. So
like, yeah, my experience in Amarillo was horrific. You know, first of all, you fly into a dirt storm.
like,
Like, this ain't dust. This is fucking dirt. Like, there are pebbles that are hitting you in the fucking face. Winds blowing like 65, 70 miles an hour.
hold on. People ask, are tumbleweeds a real thing all the time? And I'm like, man, I was late to school so many mornings because when we opened our garage door, the tumbleweeds had piled up like snow all the way up, and you got to clear the driveway to get out and get to school. So that's what
I could imagine using that fucking excuse to my teachers. Yeah, I got hung up my tumbleweeds in my door. I guess a dog ate your fucking homework too, didn't it?
Damn.
it was
tumbleweeds.
legit, and it
Jesus
happened to way more
Christ.
than just me. So yeah,
Get out
different
of here.
world,
Get out of here.
different world. Not for the faint of heart.
Like, I felt like when I got to Amarillo that my mission was to walk around and tell everybody that, hey, civilization is just east, okay? Like, trees, grass, you know.
That's like that comedian talking about Africa, and he's like, you know, we send all this money to Africa, but it's like, well, we need to go down there with moving trucks and moving because there's
It's cheaper.
moving to where there's food. There's
Oh,
no
yeah, that was,
food. It's a desert. It's a desert. There's no
Yeah.
food.
What's that?
It's
dude's
never
name?
going to be any food. And kind of like Texas has spots like that. It's like, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
that. I know the hottest I've ever been in my entire life is driving through Texas in a cab over truck with no air
Oh my
um,
gosh.
in the middle of the
What
summer.
month? Yeah, like July,
July,
August.
August. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. It was right before I went back to school, so it was July, August right there. I was riding. Yeah. Wonderful times. I remember I was had my head out the window trying to get air, but of course it's dry air is just slamming into you. It's dry, hot air, just
So dry. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
good times, as they say.
So what have we named this bad boy tonight? What are we calling this? Oh, look, we've already touched it. Canada's annexation. You know, listen, I just want to be the first person. I dated a girl from Toronto for a little while, and every time that I would hang out with her and I got the opportunity, I would call Canada Canadia. And if you ever want to piss a Canadian off that is like true maple leaf syrup pouring Canadian through and through, call that shit Canadia.
Proud of that shit.
But I want to immediately rename Canada Canadia.
I don't think
I
it's
just-
an
I mean,
unreasonable ask.
you know,
I mean,
Let's just do all the things I want to do, you know.
if you
Why
get in
not?
Trump's ear about it, he might get on that bandwagon with you.
Come on, Trump, call it Canada for us.
The territory of Canada.
That's it.
Canada is not good enough anymore.
No.
It's been promoted to Canada.
We've upgraded. They are now part of the United States.
We'll take good care of Canada, provide their shield and their defense. Many great things come from
I
Canada.
think we're
Beer,
on to something. We need to draft a letter and
maple
send it off.
pancakes.
Elon, Trump, whoever will listen. We have a proposition. Canada. The territory of Canada.
Canadian's just so long. So Canada.
Rolls right off the tongue, I think.
Well, we can just go ahead and annex damn Mexico while we're at it.
I'm just waiting for us to
Hell,
start
be
getting
done.
those hate messages on Rumble. Those bastards said this about my Canada.
All in good fun, folks. But seriously.
Theo said we piss us off with our southern accents. Our bad.
Hey, listen, I am from the South. Worst case fails, I'll just play inbred stupid. Okay, I mean,
Oh, we all know I can
What?
turn that twang on in a second. It just
bro,
comes
listen,
out.
like listening to her
born in
play Call of
Memphis.
Duty. I'm coming, I can't come. And she does it in this Texas twang. It's
I was
Jesus
born in
Christ.
Memphis. I was born at the Med of all places in Memphis.
Man, damn, did your mama get shot? Is that why she was there?
Yeah, the Med almost killed me though. They really did.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you hadn't heard that story, Whitney? Yeah.
No, I have not.
The lady, when I was born, the nurse gave at our little ward. It was like 11 babies in that little ward or whatever. They gave us all strepped, and so
Oh no shit.
I got scars on my head to this day where the needles were in my head.
God.
And out of the 11 babies that were born, and she got sick, 2 survived.
And
And
you
you're
were
looking at
one.
one of them. Yeah.
No shit, Ricky Pike.
Yeah. My parents didn't have to pay doctor bills. At least, they got.
Wow.
They should have sued the devil out of. They should have sued the devil out of them. But they're just happy that I was alive. So, and no doctor bills. So, but yeah,
we're sure happy you're alive. That go.
Yeah, it's crazy. I
Yeah,
always
I
wonder
did
what
not
happened
know
to the
that.
other person. Like, what
I
happened
would
to
be
that one?
so interested. There's got to be like a news article with their name out there somewhere. I wonder if we could find them.
Yeah.
And for Whitney's next project,
Yeah.
research.
Find a missing.
Let me know. Let's get some dates to me, and I'm gonna do some digging. I'm kind of curious now. Yeah. Interesting.
A whole $2, eh? $2 for the best northern accent I see. Would you look at it? That's about all I got. I gotta go back. I gotta go back to dropping my fucking R's and fire and everything.
You pick up. Oh, don't you know? You get some some Nova Scotia.
But don't you know? Don't you know? Oh, use guys. Use guys are funny.
Use guys, yes.
Use
Don't
guys.
you know, you guys.
Don't you know?
It's funny hearing Canadians cuss.
I know that.
I'll tell you the funny thing. Go ahead, Dave.
No. Go ahead, Ricky.
I'll say the funniest thing I've heard truly is I was up in North Dakota on an Indian reservation, and at one of the casinos at an Indian reservation up there is a Chippewa nation right there, and I heard one of the Chippewa in there cussing in the bathroom, and I busted out laughing because just the accent of having like the northern Indian accent combo thing and just cussing. It's the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. I just, don't you know, you mother, that motherfucker. He fucked me off, motherfucker.
Oh,
what
dude.
the hell? I laughed, man. I cried.
I watched two Iranians with
Sound like
broken
an insult.
English kind of run the gamut of everything they could remember. Oh, fuck you, bastard! Fuck you, bastard! And it was great. Yeah, it is. I don't know what it is about that. That's so fun to watch how frustrated they are because they can't really express. So, and that's funny.
We've seen one of those
we're all
videos.
going
At
to
least
hell,
it-
probably,
This
but it's all
poor
right.
guy yelling
I'll
at
save
you.
you-
Fuck
Oh
you,
my
bastard.
god! Oh my god! Like let's see.
At least none of us are damn Creole freaking gator food. asses,
Bro,
Creole
listen, my
asses,
next
'cause
door
that's
neighbor
a whole
lives
nother
there.
level.
in India.
Like he starts that weird talk. He's from Hammond, Louisiana, and goes into whatever character he does from the swamps of wherever the fuck. And he's funny to listen to. Shoot him!
Shoot him!
Turns it on.
Shoot him!
Shoot him!
What's his name? Debido. Shoot him, Debido! Shoot him, Debido! Shoot him in the foot! Jesus.
To that, you want to talk about a different language?
Hold 'em.
Wow.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah,
Well, that's that French stuff coming in again.
Yeah, it is. There's
Interesting.
that huge French influence there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I went up to North Dakota, it was
Fucking
funny.
weird ass French
Hell,
to our up in Canada. We got weird French to the south in the swamps. We can't even understand what they fucking say, what they're saying. Homie, where you making?
So in the
You like to
US
see
right
homos
now-
naked? That's cool.
Let's see.
When I was up in
See.
Cincinnati, there's a guy up there. He didn't know what I was saying. He had no clue. He just looked at me strange, and I'm like, I say it again. And he just looked at me like I was talking a different language. I'm like,
Oh man, when I travel, I have so much fun with it. People are always like, well, first of all, they know. They're like, where are you from? Texas.
that's
They're like,
what
yeah.
exactly.
But I tell you, in Las Vegas, when I was there, that is where I had the most fun. I have never had so many bartenders give me a free drink just to hear me say y'all or whatever it was that day. It was Cinco de Mayo. I mean, golly, I had fun with that one.
Oh, I bet.
So they've passed some legislation, or they're working on it, that says anybody that has a CDL must read and speak English fluently. Apparently, this started back in April, beginning of May. I mean, I think it's pretty important. I mean, I think that if you can't read, first of all, if you don't have fluent English, you can't articulate a conversation when shit goes south and talk about what you're carrying, what if you've got different chemicals on board and you can't speak English and talk to the people and you've just had an accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you got to be able to speak fluent English to do that job,
For the entire United States?
Yeah.
Really?
Entire country.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't feel comfortable as an English speaking, halfway trying to speak Spanish speaking male. I can barely speak it, but I wouldn't feel comfortable enough driving cross country in a Spanish speaking country, because I'm not fluent in the language, but I think it's a big thing right now in this country where, these dudes.
Wow, that's huge. I applaud that.
I know we had Theo asked what's the most American accent. I don't know that the Creole can get there, and then you get to them.
Bro, them dudes
Appalachians
from the
or
mountains,
Georgia.
yeah, from Appalachia.
The Appalachian Mountains is on another level too.
That's like caveman kind of verbiage is what it reminds me of when I hear it. I'm like, that's what it was like back then,
We're from the South, and then your eyes get big when you hear like, "What in the hell?"
Right. When we're
you
shocked,
just pull them out of it. Yeah. This person just pulled right out of the holler. He just got done moonshining over here and running from the law. And me and cousin number 2, Becky Sue, was going around here courting.
I can't remember what language it is in Africa that they have kind of clicks and pops when they speak.
Yeah, we just had this conversation the other day with the Uber driver.
But with freaking people from Appalachia, it's like a series of grunts and exhales, like it's them mountain boys are just different over there, man.
They actually speak, it's a combination of kind of ancient, like Gaelic or Irish and Scottish, and like a blend into, is what they're actually really speaking. That's why it's kind of hard, like, to really understand because they're one of the few that are still on the talking the same, like, the original language, from some of the people that that came over here,
Info Wars. Here we are.
You ever heard what do they call them? Traveling Irish. Some people would call them gypsies.
Gypsies.
Pikeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah.
met? Have you ever met? They talk like auctioneers, but
Yeah. A
that's
mile a
pretty
minute.
a lot.
incomprehensible bunch there.
There you go. That may be the best one, Dave. Yeah.
So, do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what their origins are?
No.
Well, the gypsies,
Yeah.
I know the gypsies consider themselves their own, like, a own race. Like, the gypsies are their own people, their own race. And usually they stay.
It's usually Irish though. Right?
No, they are, and I'm going to catch a lot of heat because I worked with several Romanians on the ship, but they are Romanian.
Scottish.
Well, there is a band I guess in the U.S. that's of Romanian descent, and they are, from what I understand, the prevalent family lineage in this country. Is that a lot of them are Romanian. I could be wrong, but I'm Googling it now. Romanian gypsies.
That's a very different culture.
Mm-hmm.
The ADL is going to flag you for that search.
Good thing we're not on Facebook right now. We probably get
Romanian
banned off
gypsies.
Facebook.
What did you say to get popped on Facebook? Was it because of the podcast last week, or?
Yeah. The podcast, it got taken down last week.
What was it
Oh
though?
my god!
I don't know. It didn't say.
Ew.
It didn't give specifics, but it was like copyrights and this and that. And then I
Oh,
got taken
come
down from
on.
Spreaker for a couple days because some kind of crap. But I got back on it. So, and then I got taken down from another one. What did I get taken down the other day? They just were mad at me, said I was just going against all their rules. And
No. Bullshit.
oh, well.
They just don't
Yeah,
like
just-
what you're saying.
That's it. I will
Going
say
against
always,
all
like, push come to
rules.
shove, like, y'all need to check out Rumble, because push come to shove, we will be on Rumble. We might not be on the rest of them, but Twitter and Rumble, we will be there because they don't nanny everything.
Something else I found very interesting too. Romanians don't like to talk about is Dracula,
Oh.
right? So
Why do they not like
Vampires,
to talk
yeah.
about it?
well, Vlad the Impaler.
Right.
Vlad the Impaler. Is he from Romania?
I
Yeah,
thought
he's-
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
my
so he was-
roommate was never he just always, he'd be like, man, everybody always wants to talk about that. They always tie him to, and I'm like, but the dude, that's
But
where
he was from
man.
there.
Like, when they talk about his castle with all the heads on stakes for miles down a road,
I'm
that
a
was in
little
Romania.
curious. I would like to know.
Like, yeah, he was a brutal
So-
dude.
So it's
man.
something they're sensitive about.
He was just right, combating the Ottoman hordes, right? These Muslim invaders, right? Wasn't that all he was doing? I watched the movie. Isn't that historically
No,
accurate?
I never watched the movie.
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
he was and he didn't have the army, of course, the Ottomans did, so that's the reason, like, he caught people before, and that's when he started putting everybody on poles, because
like,
that way
yeah, like,
it'll scare everybody, like, okay, you start coming up and you're walking up here to this, to invade this country, and there's people everywhere
He was the-
sitting on pikes through
He was the
butt,
original FAFO.
Yeah,
Right.
The very original fuck around and find out.
No kidding.
Golly.
so you go to the Grok, of course, because I like Grok better than the Google now. Says Vlad the Impaler, born Vlad Dracula. His last name was actually Dracula. 1431 to 1476 before he died. 15th century ruler of Wallachai, a region in modern-day Romania. Known for his brutal tactics and fierce resistance against invaders, he earned the nickname from his practice of impaling enemies on stakes as a form of execution and psychological warfare. He was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order aimed at defending Christianity against the Ottoman expansion, which influenced his moniker Dracula, meaning the son of a dragon or son of the devil in some contexts.
Interesting.
There.
I think we found out today that Grok gives a more
He's the
concise
patron
answer
saint
than
of
Google.
border control.
Ooh. Let's ask Grok how many people he killed. How many people?
His ghost is the one that put the alligators in the Rio Grande.
Bro, is that real? Come on, Ricky Pike. Now, is that like a real thing? Like, are we talking Florida gators? We talking Louisiana gators? Like,
Yeah.
like they dropped
I did
alligators?
hear. Yeah, there's
They really put alligators.
Somebody put alligators in the Rio Grande. Nobody knows who did it, but somebody put alligators.
This is yes.
All right,
This
so
happened.
so like my taxpayer money didn't go to relocate a bunch of alligators. You talking just a couple good old boys went down there, and Johnny and Bucky hooked up a trailer.
All these, man, you have no idea in Texas how many little farms and ranches have these little ponds in the middle of them that have had gators living on them forever. They all get together, band together, pull them all together, and go drop them in there. A bunch of good old boys. They had a hell of a time. They had a few cases of beer and one hell of a time doing that.
Where's some Texas dudes get some alligators from?
That's what I'm telling you. I just said this. When I went hunting in Texas, they are everywhere on these ranches. In the middle, you're in the middle. There's a pond in the middle of this freaking woods, and there are freaking gators there in the middle of Texas. You're like, what the hell? I am hog hunting, bow hunting hogs in Texas. And I look over, and there are freaking gators in the pond, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Like, where's the swamp? Where's the salt water? Like, man, bro,
I don't know.
Alligators in the Rio. I mean, brilliant idea.
Whether the taxpayers funded it or not, I'm not that upset about it. As I think about how I feel inside right now, I'm not that upset.
I mean, the Nile has piranhas. That's a border.
Anyway, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Tom Holman to do it. He's
no. He might have lined the pockets of a few of these good old boys to go do it.
I mean, that dude does sound just country enough to pull some shit like that off.
Yes.
All right, boys, listen. What we're going to do here is we're going to get this truck and this trailer, all right? And I'm going to need you to go down there to Florida, and I'm going to need you to get some of them gators. Now, some of them little bitty gators, I'm talking, man, you better get some hogs.
You know what their response was? Ye fucking ha.
Oh, my goodness.
We're wide open today. It's like
what
are the two bears? Ever watch that podcast, Two Bears in One Cave? And he's like, we're just like wide open, clutch and throttle is to the floor.
Two what? One what?
Two bears, one cave. It's got Tom Holman and Burt.
When you said that at first, I had to check what you said because I was like,
I was talking fast again. You never. I got to slow down.
Look,
people say if I start talking fast, I'm really talking. Really, my country really comes out when I start talking.
I fucked around and Googled some shit Daniel Tosh said one night that we should Google because I was stupid, and that's what I thought you said. I don't want anybody else to Google that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking little segue. Speaking of our old Tom Holman, here our border czar.
Tom, I can hear them now. The caterwauling from the open borders crowd saying, "How dare you try to weaponize a prosecutorial arm of our government to go after local officials doing their local business. And you say?
Well, remember, just a couple weeks ago, AOC went on social media saying if we put a finger on any of her co-workers, Congress people that were at our Newark facility, there'd be consequences. Well, guess what? We did it. I'm waiting on the consequences. But you know, the mayor's no different. And look, I've said from day one, you can not cooperate with ICE if that's what you want to do, but you can't get in our way, and you can't impede our efforts, or you cross that line, we'll seek prosecution. As far as the belonging fund that he's supporting, I have my own belonging fund. We can give housing, food, and pre-medical care in ICE detention, and that's exactly what we're going to do in Nashville. We're going to flood the zone with agents, multi-agency, FBI, DEA, ICE, U.S. Marshals, and we're going to flood the zone.
Well, then.
Yes, I'm calling a bluff there. What it seems to be.
Well, you know, he's never been one to mince words.
Not at all.
And I think if you're going to be one of these ignorant people that starts talking reckless just so you can try to get some votes and act like you're somebody, he's going to call you on your bullshit. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have right there. And, you know, let it be what it is.
Be for sure. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Right, let's see.
Did y'all see they figuring out what happened, who was running things during Biden?
So I heard Elizabeth Warren had control of the auto pen, but like,
yep, I got that video there busting that out. But
is an auto pen?
Auto pen is where you can turn around.
I've been reading it too, but
so you can turn around and take, you know, if you're it was made for like if the president was out of town, like he was on vacation and something needed to get signed, they could use the auto pen to sign it. Why, you know, you could say click on there, and you know, kind of like you do when you do documents. Like I've done a bunch with my house being sold and stuff. You know, you auto sign, DocuSign or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so what they're saying is he was using it a lot. And so now the word is coming out, that Elizabeth Warren was the one actually doing that. And the one is actually kind of was running things. David Hogg actually kind of spilt the beans. I'll share that video. And I'll share the video on the other too. But get out of here, you stupid thing.
Cool.
One question for me is like, how corrupt is the DNC if so many people knew, or few people knew about Biden, well, the president of the United States?
I mean, I think the fact of the matter is the DNC is always going to be like a campaign arm of the president, ultimately. The bigger issue was like the inner circle that was around Biden. That's it.
And I can't stress to you enough.
Like Joe Biden's chief of staff, like had an enormous amount of power.
Joe Biden?
Joe Biden's chief of staff.
That was like an open secret at the level. Like, I would avoid him. Like, he was scary.
What was his name?
Anthony Trump.
I've never seen him.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
He's like a shadowy, like, Wizard of Oz type figure. That's what made him so, like, I knew how he looked, but I'm like, the general public wouldn't know how this man looked. But he wielded an enormous amount of power, and I can't stress to you how much power he had at the White House.
Damn.
You know these people exist. You know, like it ain't like it's a big secret or anything. You know.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
Loose lips sink ship. Project Veritas. Who is still getting caught by Project Veritas? Motherfuckers just have to talk, don't they?
Right?
They just have to talk. I think it's
Dude,
great.
I swear I was thinking the same thing.
Fucking James O'Keefe. Yeah. That's wild.
Like it keeps happening a lot these days. I'd be
I
like,
love
I
it.
ain't fucking saying shit in public. You are crazy. These people are idiots.
Man.
Well, a lot of them, they get them drunk. They start giving them a little alcohol, and then it loosens up. And a lot of them, you see it's 99% time it's a woman. So I mean, it must be some
this is true.
bombshell women,
Yeah.
bombshell women that they got pulling up there and going, "Hey, come talk to me."
This is the financial system of the future, Jesse, and we have to encourage it. What the Biden administration was doing, and let's face it wasn't Biden. Elizabeth Warren controlled the auto pen during that administration. She, for some reason, has this pathological hatred of the crypto community. She wants to drive this community offshore. She doesn't want it happening in the United States. That's the wrong policy for the United States. We want all the innovation happening here. This is a financial system of the future. It's cheaper. It's more efficient. We want it happening here, Jesse, and I think people are thrilled that President Trump is making that possible. This is the financial.
They all know it. Yeah. They all know it.
For sure. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. It's just one more of the conspiracy theories, that we've proven that we said was the truth, and we knew it.
Your shirt.
Alex Jones was right. Man, let me tell you about some heat I caught today. Calm down, Whitney. Calm down. So I went to Hollywood Feed Supply today in Memphis and asked them if they had any horse ivermectin, right? And the girl goes, "We don't carry that." Kind of snapped at me a little bit. And I'm like, man, I feel like I bought it at one of the Hollywood Feeds before. And the other girl goes, "Nope, bye." Damn. I had my Alex Jones was right shirt on. Maybe she didn't like it. And I kind of made an assumption that maybe she didn't like it because of her multicolored hair, half head shaved, multiple piercings in her face, and just overall bad negative attitude, that maybe she was a liberal.
But here on
go
the
to the one on
sign,
Broad?
underneath Hollywood Feed, it says natural and holistic products. And they don't have ivermectin.
Well, I don't think ivermectin is natural and holistic. It is a medication. So, I know you want to.
You can go to Arkansas and get it for free. You can get it legally.
Get it for free?
Get it legally. You can get it legally.
Oh, over the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yeah, I still buy the horse stuff. That's what I've taken. I've never gotten sick.
Yeah, horse stuff.
Yeah, horse stuff.
Were you at the?
I'm serious. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. I got some over there that I got from Tractor Supply.
There you go.
For my dog with
apple
heartworms.
flavored. Apple flavored.
That I don't have $1,200 to. Yeah. It is.
I'm sorry, cousin. Yeah, you don't have the $1,200.
Just
no
a little
kidding.
pea-sized drop once a month.
Were you at the one on Broad Street, Jamie?
No, I went to that one last time. Like I felt like that's where I got it from, but maybe I didn't, man. The girl was very adamant that they don't carry that stuff. But like her look on her face and her, I just felt very, very singled out.
Judged.
And then I just wanted to. Oh, and like, listen, when the chick says, bye. I start to walk away and I stop and I turn around and I'm like, what I say? Y'all are
weird.
Just weird. Yeah, I'm like, y'all are weird. And I just walk back out. Y'all are weird. I
You should have had your Trump shoes on and your red MAGA hat, and they would have fucking blew a gasket. Would try to fight you.
I told Whitney, I said, damn, I want to go back up there and I want to go shop for some dog food. and I want to go get that same chick and go, hey, listen, I'm looking for some dog food for a fat bulldog, and just look at her.
He's lucky I'm even feeding him.
You could say is a fat bitch bulldog. You know, you could say it that way because a female dog is a bitch.
It is a bitch. It is a bitch.
So you could get away with it. Well, I don't know if you
Ricky
get away
Pike.
with it, but it would be funny.
It would. It would. I had something I wanted to share with you the other day, and I didn't share it because I
Missouri-
wanted. Go ahead.
No. Well, just
Go ahead, Dave.
briefly, in Missouri,
Take it away, Dave.
A court case.
He
Y'all
cut
can't
out.
hear me, huh?
Oh, there it
No,
goes.
you're cutting in and
Hey,
out.
You're back, I think.
Hey, he's back. Go ahead, Dave. Take it away.
You go ahead. Well, in Missouri, this court case was just decided that it is, in fact, protected speech to call your coworker a cocksucker and ask if he has AIDS. That is actually okay to do. So
Love
I don't
it.
I
see
did
why
see that.
calling, asking.
That's
So,
freaking great.
which I agree with. I also talk to my straight coworkers the same way. So I mean, it would be wrong not to.
This is true.
you ask me.
Dude, listen, I call my people.
Can we say it? We
No.
can't say it.
No, I think that's why we got.
Yeah.
That's why I got him a strike for that.
Did you let
Oh, I
see
did.
it?
Yeah, I yelled the F word.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised I don't have the purple hair mafia marching from my house yet. Like,
Well, this is very true.
like I have nothing. I just
Especially
don't
in
like
the area
word.
you live in.
She was pointing that out.
Oh.
Earlier, like, be careful about what you say here. I live here. Okay?
I just made the comment of the populace in this particular area of Memphis that we inhabit, and
There's some unique
a
individuals
certain demographic, and some unique individuals is a real good way to put it. I'll leave it at that. You can make your deductions as you see fit.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't imagine walking into a hairstylist and just being like, "Look, put 6 colors in this and make it beautiful." And her hairstylist went, "All right, $275, girl. We're gonna make this bang."
More than that, jeez.
Right. Anyway, so Ricky Pike, I had something I wanted to share with you the other day, and I held on to it because I wanted to make sure Dave could see it live, because I just think that you're thoroughly going to enjoy this video.
Anthony Weiner in the house. How you doing, my guy? So,
Come on, be good to me.
okay. I mean, who are you carrying for? I'm carrying for a candidate, but hey,
What candidate?
let's talk about all of those things you guys, you and the Clintons have done over the years with all those people that died, those strange deaths.
Really?
Anthony Weiner,
let's
folks,
add
the
one
guy
more
who,
to the list.
the one,
Let's add
the guy
one
who's
more
been
to the list.
texting
Let's
minors.
add one more to the
Look
list.
at this guy.
Add this guy to the list.
This is
Oh.
Anthony
Jim
Weiner.
Walden, this is who's
It's al-
working for you.
It's almost time,
Jim
folks.
Walden, this is
It's
who's working
almost
for you.
time, folks.
Jim Walden. Jim
It's almost
Walden.
time.
This guy right here.
Anthony Weiner, the pedophile.
Ooh.
Anthony
What
Weiner.
about you?
How about all of those?
Drop something?
How about all of those?
Who's it? Jim Walden.
How about all of those?
Jim Walden.
How about all of those
Look, Jim
crazy
Walden,
deaths
look who
with the
working
Clinton
for you.
family
Jim
and
Walden.
those spirit cookings?
Yeah, add one more.
Yeah, how about all of that
Add one more.
adrenochrome? What's up with all that
Add
adrenochrome,
one
my
more,
guy?
pal.
You look like you got
You
some
wanna add one
adrenochrome
more?
on.
You want to add one more?
He pushed him.
I'd have
Hey.
beat his ass
Mhm.
right
Oh
then.
man.
Anthony
Yeah.
Weiner,
Oh,
folks.
I'd have got in trouble.
yeah.
Anyway, I thought you would
Double
enjoy
leg
that, man.
on his head on that brick fucking thing right there.
Wow.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
For those that don't know, he's a dirtbag. In case you didn't know, just random videos I saw. There's this new hit video out now. I don't know if you've seen this. Like, this is the most gangster song ever. I think you're going to be thrilled by this since we're on it. Let's just go straight to Shit Creek tonight.
Give her hell.
I'm sure she's from Memphis.
Let's go.
Nah.
Do that dick.
I love dick.
In my guts, can I put it in my throat? Can I see why you fuck me from the back? I wanna know. Do your dick hang low? Do that dick hang low? If it do, I want some more. Do it still got the skin? Do I pull it back or no? I'm a nasty motherfucker. I suck a nigga so. Do that dick hang low? Calling all the big dick niggas to the floor. I wanna see them. If that dick don't pass some balls, I swear that I don't care.
We're gonna take it down for this video. Watch, we're gonna get a fucking strike.
Oh
for that.
my god.
Just random stuff I found on the internet this week. You know.
Hey, you gonna hire her to sell some ice cream for you? She can sell some slings, some
Throw
cream.
her in the trailer.
She can sell some cream,
bro. Like I want to offer this chick a job.
Her
like,
Oh my
you know.
gosh. She's clearly a hustler.
My next video was one that you already played about the girl. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. This is that's the same chick, but she compares all the words from a. Yeah, you'll love this. This is great. This is one I think I did send you. I got 2 screens going. I'm fucking lost now.
I got 2 computers. Think how I feel.
Well, one screen's on the other side of the room. It's the TV, and I'm all fucked up with it. Is that it? I think that's it.
Oh yeah, you did.
Remember this.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
You wouldn't believe that looking at the media today, though. They act like Trump is the worst, most evil person ever for deporting illegal alien criminals. Yet Obama, Bill Clinton, and other Democrats were all on board with this for years up until Trump, and they're on tape saying so.
Committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked, they're gone.
Public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens.
We use phrases like undocumented workers. We convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration.
Oh, really?
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked.
We will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace.
This is your reminder that Obama deported 5.3 million people and Bill Clinton deported 12.3 million. They were fine with it then. Why the sudden change of heart?
Do you remember the little kid that they came and got? Elio, what was that kid's name?
I do.
Send him back to Cuba.
I do.
Yeah, what was that kid's name?
I couldn't tell you, but I know exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
I think something like that.
Was it Gonzalez, the last name? I don't know.
No, hang on.
Elio Gonzalez, something like that.
I
don't know.
You are absolutely right.
Really?
Elian Gonzalez. The little kid deported by Clinton refers to Elian Gonzalez, a 6-year-old Cuban boy who was at the center of a high-profile custody dispute involving his father in Cuba and his relatives in the United States. In 2000, the U.S. government under President Clinton intervened and forcibly removed Elian from his relative's home in Miami and returned him to his father in Cuba. They sent the motherfucking SWAT team into that house, Ricky Pike, for a 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I remember it.
Wasn't that on film?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had it on the news. They had it blind. I mean, I'm sure
here
you
it
can find
is.
a video.
Jesus, look right here. Wow.
Throw it on the screen, man. We need a refresher of what the Democrats did back in the day. Which, like you're looking at, like the Democrats then, truly wasn't the same as the Democrats we have now.
No.
For you now on a new politician whose name you probably haven't thought of for years, Elian Gonzalez. The now 29-year-old was just elected to office in his native Cuba, and he says he wants to use his new position to improve relations between the United States and Cuba. Gonzalez was just sworn into the National Assembly this week, and if you don't know who Elian Gonzalez is, or you just need a refresher, he was just 6 years old when he was rescued, floating on an inner tube off the coast of South Florida on Thanksgiving Day, 1999. His mother and several other Cubans died trying to get to the United States. The situation surrounding Gonzalez sparked a diplomatic crisis, with his Miami relatives trying to keep custody of him, while the Cuban government said he belonged with his father, who was back in Cuba. The U.S. government eventually agreed, and the 6-month-long saga came to a head in April of 2000, with armed federal agents raiding his relative's Miami home to extract Elian Gonzalez and return him to Cuba. This Pulitzer Prize-winning photo of that raid made newspaper and magazine covers around the world. That's what viral was before social media, kids. And it came to symbolize the strained relationship between the two countries, as well as a new era for the politics of many Cuban Americans.
They sent the motherfucking feds in there, Ricky Pike, for a 6-year-old little boy.
Mm-hmm.
But now today we're
I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
30-time criminals. 30. I mean, these people have
And
been
we're
arrested.
up in arms over it?
Oh my
Help me make sense of this.
My God.
It ain't supposed to make sense. It really ain't. It's just
Like,
mind blown. My mind is so.
way to pull that name out, Dave and Jamie. Wow.
You play. Well, thank you.
the greatest American of all time will tell you the reasoning behind
Oh, right there.
And of
he
course,
is.
oh, here we go.
Why are you a conservative, sir? Well, I used to be a Democrat, but unfortunately, the Democrats went too far to the left, and the Republicans moved into their position that the Democrats were 40 years ago. See, and so what the Democrats believed 40 years ago, the Republicans believe today. And so I realized that I had to go to a Republican because the Democrats just got too far off the trail. They just got completely off the trail and lost all reality of what America stood for. And so I realized that Republicans at this point in time are more focused on what is best for America than what the Democrats are.
There you have it. Chuck fucking Norris will tell you how it is.
I mean, a minute ago when you said that was when you said Democrats a long time ago, I was like, man, the Republicans today are kind of like the Democrats were when I was growing up. And then boom.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just
Spot
trying to
on.
confuse us all. Hey, did you see Aaron Rodgers on Rogan talking about the Diddy parties and calling out specifically Ashton Kutcher, calling out fucking LeBron?
Well, we listened to the Joe Rogan
Oh,
testimony.
bro, have you seen that, Ricky Pike?
No, I seen him talking about what you call it from Egypt, because he had that Hawass is on there. And
we
Joe Rogan
listened to-
said it's the worst podcast ever. He's like the worst episode ever because of the way he was. And I
No,
heard
Rogan
the clip from
gave
that.
20 minutes of testimony at the Diddy trial the other day.
Oh shit! I missed that.
And
So-
we sat and listened
Now,
to
hang
it.
on. Now, I'm just going to tell you, first of all, before we say anything else, I don't even know if that's true or not because I can't verify that he testified. But there's a video out there that talks about Rogan allegedly testifying.
Okay.
Where the guy basically reads some testimony, and I don't know where the fuck he got it from. I don't know. You know what I mean? But he says that when Rogan came in, he had a black book in his hand, and he talked about accounts that he had with people, that he has podcasts that have never been aired because people were too scared to air it. People come back to him and have conversations after the fact and after the shows about more shit that really went on.
All of them describe a room in the exact same way, years apart from each other. Like, man.
All right.
And he, according to what
So
we
this
listened
says fake.
to,
This is fake. So it says, did Joe Rogan testify? Did he trial? Says the now viral claim is fake. Joe Rogan did not take the witness stand at the Dig trial, nor did his name appear on any of the lists.
I was say I agree with Matt Sal. He said that every video is now suspect because of like VO3.
Fuck yeah,
we shared.
look, bro.
We show. I got some more to show on VO3 a little bit, but like VO3 is it's incredible. And like it's you can kind of see it, but like it's 6 months away from we won't be able to tell that
video.
It's 6 months within I think that we won't be able to tell the difference by the end of the year. By Christmas time we ain't gonna be able to tell. Absolutely not. All the little tails is gonna be gone.
You're probably right.
Like hear me, I was gonna show this, but let me back up. Let me show that. It's just robots.
Lots of it. You're right, Sweets. Lots of AI videos of Rogan out there. They take his voice and it's easy to manipulate.
There's so many hours of him talking that you can clip together anything.
Well, yeah, that he said that the other day when he was talking to AJ from the Y-Files. He was talking about it, and he was like, "There's so much stuff that like it shows that he advertised for so many products that he's never even seen before because of AI videos." But before I this is an AI controlled bot farm. This is the thousands of comments that you probably arguing with right now on Facebook and social media. And this is what you're arguing with right here.
100%. 100%.
You're arguing with this right here. You're arguing with bots.
Bro,
and it's all they're doing that to distract and split
influence
us.
minds. Influence minds. If they think that the masses think this group think is going to take over, and they're going to go, well, fuck, I'm on board with that. Look at all these people over here. All these people over here can't be crazy. Bro, come on, man.
Where is that?
And it's not that hard to influence these days.
Bro, Americans are stupid. Humans are stupid right now. You know what I mean?
I don't know where that video is.
Individual thought is a lost thing.
You just think about energy, and like fear and hate are low frequency energies that make people sick inside their physical body, and they also they make it impossible for a populace, a population, a social group of people to enact meaningful change. Like say for example, your government's been fucking you over all these years, and you're trying to stop some of that, but it's a hell of a battle. Well, they're employing AI now as a super propaganda machine. Yeah, that's a scary road ahead, especially not being able to even trust your eyes anymore.
Right.
Oh yeah, if you like I showed last week, we had that the testimony from about 2015 where Facebook was doing them studies, and it was pushing out certain people were getting positive stuff and certain people were getting negative stuff, and the ones that were getting negative was actually sharing more negative stuff, and they were just testing and fucking with people, absolutely fucking with people. And it's when you signed your little agreement, when you went through there, hey, I want Facebook, and check and go on your way. But if you look in the fine print, it actually says that they can actually run studies on you while you're on their social media. So it's when you start looking at stuff like that, that's it. We're just little pawns. We're fucking pawns. Tim Pool, I don't agree with Tim Pool half the time, but this one here.
Who's he talking with?
Not the whole of the left. Let's be fair, Tim. That is a very small percentage of people. I can do the same thing with the right. And I can say, look, the right, they're completely insane. Look at these nutbags on Twitter.
You'd be wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
RFK Jr., former liberal. Tulsi Gabbard, former liberal. Donald Trump, former liberal. Elon Musk, former liberal. Colin Wright, former liberal. Tim Pool, former liberal. How is it that the popular vote winner, Donald Trump, was a Democrat up until his first term? That Tulsi Gabbard, DNI, former Democrat, that I supported in 2020. I never voted Republican. I didn't like Republicans. And now the Republican MAGA movement, not the neocons, is an eclectic bunch of diverse views which debate each other. How is it that Charlie Kirk, Christian conservative with one of the largest conservative platforms, invites moderate pro-choice Tim Pool onto his stage for his biggest event of the year to discuss those views to the public? On the left, what do you think would happen if you went and opposed their views at a public forum? You'd be threatened with violence. And I'm not saying literally everyone all the time, but booking liberals to come on my show or any other show, people in this
We
space,
have the same problem.
yeah, they refuse to do it.
They don't want to talk.
Back in, I think it was 2018.
But Joe, we should say why as well. They're scared of their own side.
It's a cult. So I can sit in front of a libertarian like Dave Smith, who's going to rant about how Israel is bad, and Charlie Kirk at the same time, and we leave with beers in our hands, smiles on our faces. And Dave will say, Charlie, I really do appreciate it. I think you do good work. I know we disagree. The left doesn't do that. They firebomb your buildings, or they just don't show up, or they try to get you fired. They swat you. They harass you. The reason I say it's a cult is because you could not define what they believe. It's impossible. You could not map the logic of their principles or plan for this country.
It's about feelings.
Yeah. I think it is, but if you break it down, it's largely about adhering to the murmuration. The left swings around randomly in random directions. Nobody knows exactly where they're turning left or right or up or down. They're just trying to make sure they stay safely in a position where someone else won't bludgeon them in the head with a bike lock. So Tesla's a great example. 2 years ago, Stephen Colbert bragged on his show he owns a Tesla. Today, he's making jokes about how it's funny that people are firebombing them. Well, that don't make sense.
He puts out some good points there. I don't like I said, I don't agree with it, Tim, all the time, but that statement there, it makes some good sense.
You've played 2 clips already that tie into this and are the reason, the driving force behind this behavior. So the book and the movement, the book Rules for Radicals by Saul Alinsky, we talked about that earlier. And then we talked about, and then Poole is talking about how this retaliatory violence of the extreme left is pretty unique to the left. And then you played the clip that talked about how we should call people Nazis and fascists. And even if it's not true, eventually, if we say it enough, it'll become true. And then there's this sort of new philosophy or moral code where, you know what? We are tolerant of everybody except for the people who we deem to be intolerant. It's called the paradox of intolerance. And therefore, another way to put that is it's okay to punch a Nazi. And if we can elasticize the definition of Nazi so as to fucking encompass everybody that, as Tim Poole said, just disagrees with us, now we have moral carte blanche to commit political violence, which is terrorism. But these lunatics do it thinking they are on some sort of moral high ground. And it all comes back to this communist playbook, Rules for Radicals, and just basically this concept that any means justifies their end because they're battling Nazis or fascists or whatever they have spun up. So that's it in a nutshell.
Absolutely.
I agree. It's a language game. You know, when you get people saying the same thing, and especially when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I love the amount of people that have this broad vocabulary that don't know the definitions of the fucking words that they're using. You know,
but they repeat them over and over and over. They
right,
regurgitate it.
Right, but they well, what's that mean? What's that mean to be a fascist? What's the definition of
What
that?
did we saw a video the other day and somebody said, "Well, I don't answer questions."
That's what I tell the police. That's what I do tell the police.
You're gonna need to ask somebody else. I don't answer questions.
I don't answer questions.
That means you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And they can't answer simple. What is it? You say that word. Anything fascist. What is the meaning of fascist? They just look at you, and absolutely they do. They do, like exactly what y'all are saying. Their minds explode inside their head, and then they turn around and either attack. You see videos of that all the time with somebody, just having a calm conversation like we are right now. And then once they get to a point like, hey, what does that even mean? And you ask them a simple question, and they attack somebody like it's okay. Like they just have no coping mechanism or at all. It's like
Their
I don't
emotional
know
bucket runneth over.
Yeah, they've filled it full of garbage and full of shit that, and they listen to all this crap, and it's just like, sometimes you got to turn around and go, fuck this shit, and turn that bucket and dump it on the ground, and then go back. Okay, let me look back and let me see what the hell is really going on, and
That's why I punch puppies. Every time I punch a puppy, I dump my emotional bucket.
I mean, it happens all the time.
That's why I play Call of Duty. Like,
this is true. We have a frustrating circumstance arise. Let's go kill bad guys.
pisses me off. Go get on the game. Go get on the game. No. You're fixing to hear me yell at you for the next 45 minutes. Let's go.
The best way.
or go to the gym and like I do, go punch somebody in the face.
Bro, listen, I'm too pretty to be
fun.
punched in the face. Okay.
You gotta keep him camera ready for this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't get punched this week.
Not this week.
Next week, we can.
So
a couple more days,
2
Mr.
weeks,
Jamie.
Yeah, a couple more days. We got the show this weekend. June 14, I'm doing the grappling tournament for what is that? The new
breed
or new breed? It's new breed.
New breed.
Are you doing that?
Yeah, I
one,
got a big
Rick?
group. Yeah, we got a good group going up there.
Cool. You coaching or competing?
I'm coaching. I'm not competing in that.
You
Not that I wouldn't, but it's just like I got a lot of people. I got a lot of some first timers, and
really cool.
and I don't want to.
You got any 220s?
Take away
220 white belts? Hopefully not. Whoa,
Maybe.
Dave. Wait a minute, Dave. Are you getting in?
I got Dave. We're gonna.
No, bro. I was just laughing.
Come on, Dave. Enter. It'll be me and you, baby. Come on, it'll be fun.
Not to knock Dave. He's
we can rig it. We can rig it. We'll put on a show.
We'll put on a show, man. We'll WWE wrestle that shit, man.
Hey, then we know you won't get hurt.
There we go.
No, I get more hurt then.
We'll do some flow roll. Some flow roll.
Flow rolling, yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Dave, come on. I got you. If you do interested in doing it, I got you a discount code. You can get $20 off if you do happen to decide you want to do it. New Breed came down and talked to us at the gym, so I got you a discount code.
That's cool. Nice. They didn't come to law school.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm surprised. Like, I got 3 books of things. They come down there and gave me a patch and a pen, and
they're nice.
I don't know why they didn't come down. I don't know if they went to everybody or just a few, or I don't know.
Well, they did have the little pamphlets.
Oh, maybe they did show up. I don't know.
Well, they send those in the mail.
I just ain't there all the time.
Yeah,
Damn it,
they
they
just
didn't
send them in the
come
mail.
see me.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to them about it. Let me holler at the execs. Look, next time you're in Memphis, you have to stop and talk to Jamie F. and Grant, or he will have a little hissy fit.
Hey,
and call you out on our podcast.
That's right. Speaking of random people talking to you, Mike Cook hit me up the other day. This ain't completely locked in stone yet because I ain't heard from the promoter, but he's fighting in Memphis next weekend, and I didn't know it. He is. Hang on, I don't want to overstep my bound. Let me look him up.
Oh hell!
I think he's 27-0 or 26-0. 24-0. 24-0. 24-0.
I love our ADD.
15
how
fights.
ADD.
He's a little gangster. Yeah, boxer. But Mike is fighting on this card. Apparently, this league is some local promotion that puts on these under 18 kids events or whatever they do. They're big involved in youth boxing in the area, and they're putting on this card that's only got like 5 bouts to it. It'll be a bunch of youth and then 5 boxing bouts, right? But he hit me up and was like, "Hey man, you do anything next weekend?" I'm like, "I got a fight this weekend. What are you talking about?" He's like, "The 7th." I'm like, "No man, I'm just work." He's like, "Hey, I'm doing this. I already told you I wasn't gonna fight again unless you announce me. I mean, I ain't fighting unless you announce me. So we got to make this happen." So I told him, give the dude my info, man. Hopefully I hear from him in the next day or two and figure out exactly what they need me for. But I'm in, man. Mike Cook calls you up, I'm gonna be there. I love that
Cool,
dude.
cool.
Super excited, man. Super
Elite
excited.
boxing.
Elite Boxing is the name of the promotion. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't
I
know a
know
lot about it,
TCB
man.
coming up too.
It's
down at
a
Casino.
they focus on youth in Memphis is what it is. So
Oh damn, yeah, their fight is the same weekend, June 7th.
it sure is.
Damn.
It's that
yeah.
night. This is during the day. It's at 1.
Yeah, this does. It's an afternoon event, so it starts at 1 p.m. And I think Mike said the guys that kick off that afternoon at like 5 o'clock. So it's gonna be a long day over there. It'll be fun. I look forward to it. Yeah, their TCB is down at Hollywood Casino. You got someone on that card, Ricky?
No.
Okay. Taylor Dagner is fighting on that one. Her and
Zach.
Elijah. What's his name?
Holt?
No.
That's a Zach Bishop spot. I think supposed to be fighting
Zach.
too.
I don't know why I started to say Elijah. Zach Bishop. Right. Yeah,
But
big
this weekend first.
Right. Yeah. That's Jaleel Willis and Donovan Beard. It's going to be kind of wild. Wrestler, jiu-jitsu. Ooh, exciting.
Chase Man, Patrick Becker is going to be a great fight.
I got to tell you, Ricky Pike, I think the most fun is going to be had with Dylan and AD. Like, to me, first of all, I think the little dudes are always exciting to watch.
Always.
You know, and those two dudes, I think, are going to put on a heck of a show.
Well, I think we've got some on the first part of the, and some of these amateurs that are going to be, there's a
You got
few
them
that
brothers
I'm
out
watching
there.
for that are going to be some bangers, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
excited.
Terrell Johnson.
Yeah, you got both Johnson boys in there. Well, 2 other Johnson boys. I can't say both. There's a bunch.
There's a little
bunch of
little
them.
one.
Yeah, there's more than
One's
2.
doing a kickboxing match and one's a MMA.
Yeah.
Teddy Webster is on that card next weekend.
Really?
Yeah, that'll be fun down there. Man, Teddy, he's awesome, man. I love them dudes down there. Let's see who else is on this card. Pro grappling match.
Yes,
Ethan
Birmingham and Jesse James
Wallace is going to be fun to watch.
Oh, Jesse James.
Yes. They both kind of stepped in towards the last minute here to do this grappling match. I think.
Well, Paul said, "Hey, we're gonna put $1,000 on it." All of a sudden, they're like, "All right, we're in. I'm on
I'm
it.
ready.
I'm ready.
Put me in, coach."
and something that people don't know yet is so we're doing a prize for knockout and performance of the night.
Yes.
Or
knockout of the night and fighter of the night.
Fight of the night, fight of the night, and knockout of the night. So $500, on the line for both those prizes. And because the amateurs can't get paid, what we're going to do is give it to the coach and the team, and then what they do with it is what their team does with it. Hopefully, something like gas money makes it
right. Yeah, I mean, you would think, but from what I see, these teams are great and these people are great, and I imagine it all is.
Everybody is fun.
It ought to be a fun weekend, though. Weigh-ins open to the public on Friday night.
Ricky, coming to the weigh-ins?
Yes.
Good. I'm gonna need you to help me hook all this crap up.
I always I like coming to the weigh-ins in case something pops off. You never know.
I need you to teach
think
me
it
that
will.
producer mode, man, and teach me how to use this program to its full. And I will pay you for your time, sir. Like, man, like I've got my little Riverside account and I log in it, but I can't figure out all the studio tools. Like, I don't how you insert the video at the beginning, Ricky. For the fucking life of me, if you put a gun to my head and said, Jamie, you've got 10 minutes to figure this out, bro, like 2 minutes in, I'm gonna be like, you just popping me because I don't want to fuck with this anymore. I have tried, you know, like I can't even figure
Speaking
out
of
how
the
to
video,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of video, did you see the disclaimer? Did y'all happen to notice I put a disclaimer in there?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember what it said. Basically, nothing we say take for fact.
Okay.
We're a bunch of idiots. We're from
Yeah,
Mississippi.
we're just
and
here to have
Tennessee,
fun.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah, we're not doctors. We're not business experts. We're if you want to go find well, how did it say? Go find information from experts. We're just having fun or something like that. So
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Had to pop it in there. I was like, I'm gonna put it in there, and I put it kind of in the middle. So I got I love how ADD we are. We all over the damn place.
That's the best way to
tired
be.
of talking. It is. It really is. I was on another podcast the other night, and algorithm on Rumble, and I popped up. He's on YouTube also, but he does mostly Rumble. And he put the link out like, you want to come on? And I'm like, hell, I'll come on. I'll talk some shit. We were turned out pretty cool. We talking about the dollar and stuff like that. And now I threw some 9/11 facts out there that I got and all kinds of cool stuff. But
What if, Ricky Pike, just what if that technology was around in 2001? The technology of AI and the technology of, think about Pokemon Go, where, I can point my phone at something and it's going to show me something.
Man.
Like, and people get so trained on their phone. Like,
I think there was. If you look back in history, we actually talked about on algorithm. If you look back in history, and you look, and now we know they had internet back in the 70s and 60s. They had internet. They were using it to communicate in case, if phone lines and stuff went down. So they had internet already. We didn't get it 20 years later. And so now 20 years later, after 2001, now we're getting all this AI stuff and all this kind of stuff. Then, maybe that puts more credence to the hologram theories of like 9/11. Like, that it could have, hologrammed a jet on it. Of course, the jets look different than they were supposed to be, all kinds of stuff. It makes probability, back then you're like, man, there's no way. But now you could do it with drones and hologram, the technology we have now, you could do it. It's amazing. You could actually cover up something and make it look completely different. So, and especially in video wise with AI. So I think it opens up the door of possibilities. And because of how they turn technology out to us, allow us to be able to use part of it. And like I said, we're like 20, 30 years behind with it normally. And so,
oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You said something earlier that made me think. So the theories of time travel and stuff, right? First of all, if we're doing it, it's already been done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think time travel is more possible than his Marvel theory.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Maybe I'm just shooting at the dark here, Ricky Pike, but like, I don't know.
Well, you look at science and
science says time travel is possible mathematically. Okay, but
Like the math and science nerd in me is like,
mathematically, you can also say, hey, we could, if we put enough rockets on the Earth, we could alter the, but yeah, we ain't got enough shit to do that. So,
but to say that it's never been done or that it couldn't be done, I don't know.
And I mean, that could be possible, the reasoning for like the Mandela effect and stuff like that. You're looking at,
dude,
the
listen,
possibility they could have gone back.
I'm gonna stop right now. So the Mandela effect. Let's talk about that real quick.
All right.
Is the Mandela effect real?
This.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the
you're
Mandela effect real, or is the internet fucking with you? Look, at the end of the day, the internet is controlled by an individual that types in what they want you to see.
We just saw the room with all the little things that we're arguing with, right?
So did the cornucopia, the Fruit of Loom, really go the fuck away and completely disappear like it ain't ever been there? Or did the internet just use AI to wipe all the fucking images? Because I'm going to tell you, Ricky Pike, as a kid, I grew up with my motherfucking Fruit of a Loom in the cornucopia.
Yes, always. I can't tell you how many craft projects I did putting the fruit in the cornucopia.
Well, I think it's a psyop. I think it's the test. You can go mystical or like parallel dimensions and parallel, like kind of bleeding over and we're seeing stuff, or even you could go real into it and go maybe like when you lucid dream and you go to deep sleep, you're actually looking into other people's, like yourself in another reality's world. I mean, you could go deep like that, but I kind of lean back on in the real world. I don't want to say real world, but I lean back on the psyop part of it. I think it's a test to see how much stuff they can change without us catching on. So they just little things, just to fuck with us. This little small stuff, the Bernstein Bears and the cornucopia and all that little stuff, just to see. Okay. And then like, well, yeah, that's like it has always been. No, it's been like that. You start looking into it. That way, when they start really changing a lot of major shit, you'll not question it.
Right. I think they're playing games with you.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Ricky Pike. Me just being me and surfing the internet just found something very interesting. Have you ever thought to yourself that Greg Abbott is a gangster? Have you ever thought about that? Like wheelchair rolling?
I mean, I know him personally, I'm just going to say, and he's a pretty cool dude.
Dude, check this out. So this story breaks 2 illegal aliens arrested after Air Force cadet candidate struck and killed by a jet ski over the weekend. So apparently they're both illegal. And then Greg Abbott retweets the story and says, "Welcome to Texas. Here's your death penalty."
Damn.
He is
I've
unlike
seen that
any
video,
other.
like-
I tell you what, man. That makes me so happy.
God,
That's a messed up story because they were leaving. Like they ran over that poor girl and they like packed their shit and jumped in the truck and left. And like
Texas
nothing
ain't
happened.
playing, man.
Yeah, listen, if you do that, man, then you get murked. Because Ricky Pike, I'm going to Mexico in a couple weeks. So let's just say that Whitney and I are down in Mexico. We're hooting and hollering and having a grand old time and having a little drinks and a little couple cocktails. And Whitney in her scooter mobile here mows down some poor woman. And then we try to flee from the scene after bashing someone's heads open. Now, Ricky Pike, what's going to happen to Jaime and Miss Whitney?
Crucified.
Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be ugly.
Like,
be ugly,
bruh. Come on. And people are gonna be like, Greg Abbott shouldn't say that, man, bro.
I love him. He's so cool.
I remember as a kid, I haven't been to Texas since I was a kid. I'll be honest, but I remember as a kid pulling in. You cross that state line, and they had the big fucking signs up there that says "Don't mess with fucking Texas."
Texas.
As soon as you cross that line, they're everywhere. And he said, "Don't mess with fucking Texas." As soon as you cross that line,
it's a different world. Like, I mean, It really is. When you live there, you grow up there, and you leave and you go other places, you're like, wow, it really is its own little, like its own country within the country almost. It's interesting.
Mhm. It could be one day. You never know.
Well,
Still has.
it's been a talk for many, 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 many years that they will secede from the United States. If Trump would not have won this presidency, it's something that we might have seen these 4-year terms. In
Yeah,
this 4-year
they
term, yeah.
they have the legality of it when they signed and when they came
Yes.
over, and joined
Yes.
the
Well, they
United
were. I
States that
mean,
they could leave if they wanted to. So
the mindset has always been in the right place, I think, so it's just different. It's pretty cool. But Governor Abbott, when I was in Wheelchair, Texas in 2021, invited me to the Capitol, and I had already had a relationship with him. He had been doing a rare disease awareness month for me every year, and so we had been in communication, but he invited me to come and meet him at the Capitol and spent like an hour with me, and was just the coolest, most down to earth guy. And then I've seen him 3 or 4 times afterwards, and when I get there and see him, everybody's like, "Oh, he, like, really does know you." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, like, we're buddies now." He is genuinely one of the best human beings, and to know that that's who's running that state, they're not all bad.
for sure. For sure.
Show off. Okay. I know Greg Abbott.
He's cool. He really is. He's a very cool man.
So apparently 9 hours ago, Andrew Tate got arrested again.
Oh, no.
Out of
Him and his
Europe.
brother.
Both of them.
Both of them.
For what this time?
They're saying
Child.
I didn't see that. I
What
saw.
was it? No.
Let's see. Human trafficking, rape, and prostitution offenses.
Yeah, I knew the human trafficking. I couldn't remember it was
All right.
child
So
or
look.
not.
Let me just break down the Andrew Tate racket. Okay. Tate made a lot of money paying some very pretty girls to come overseas and do cam videos, and blew the internet up on a webcam site. Okay. The chicks that came over there were free to leave. He paid them, if I'm not mistaken, pretty freaking well. They had full access to pretty much everything in his home, I believe. This is just me from what I understand, right? And these women were free to leave at any time. I believe that one of the girls or a couple of the girls ended up testifying in Romania on his behalf. Shit, you can look up, because they had to drop the charge, or it didn't testify. They were going to testify, and they ended up dropping all the charges before it went to trial.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's on now that he's spewing that they're coming after him, but this apparently is coming out of the UK. Let's see.
Yeah, I seen it was in the UK. I didn't save anything. I glanced at it for a second, but I sure didn't say nothing on him.
Latest, here we go. Oh, yeah, they're calling him a drug addict. It's crazy, man. Like,
He's kind of like one of them things. It's like, are they trying to bury him, or is he actual a fucked up person? I don't know.
man, look, bro. For a while, I wondered if all this shit out of Romania was made up from him. But then I saw shit on the news where, like, no, Romania's really coming after him.
Romania.
Yeah, he was living in
Bucharest,
I
but
believe.
who can trust Romanians? They're all the son of the devil. We learned earlier.
We talked about this in the same episode. This is so true.
They can't be trusted at all.
Everything ties together.
Descendants of Vlad, as they are.
Yeah.
Says out of the UK,
Romania.
Andrew and Tristan Tate have been served with charges issued by the British Crown Prosecution Service. The charges, prompted by reports filed by 4 women in the UK, were handed to the Tate brothers personally by the prosecutor in Bucharest. So I guess they went and picked them up back in freaking Romania. They were in the U.S. a couple weeks
They
ago.
were, yeah.
Maybe they were just visited, you know.
Because they haven't been back here that long.
Well, they in trouble.
Damn it, boy.
I'm just waiting for the feds to knock on my door. But I ain't done nothing. Like, they gonna make something up though. Like I said, you know.
Well, Cash is supposed to be sending a crew down there, so he might be. Cash is sending a crew to
get him
Memphis
to what?
To straighten out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
To stop 9 murders in 2-3 days. What was it the other day? Golly.
Holy crap. Dom Luker posts this picture of this family that went fishing on a charter boat and accidentally caught 56 pounds of cocaine. Damn it. I'm going to tell you, I don't
Let's
care.
book that charter boat.
I don't care how old these kids are right now. Like, I wouldn't have told nobody. I'd have been like, all right, look, you're 9. We're now in the trafficking game. All right. We got this boat. We're going to get you back to the island.
You're going to have so much fun for the rest of your life. Don't ever speak of this again.
You see people do that. They find big, large amounts of money and stuff. It's like, makes you wonder, what would you do? What would you do if you're in that situation where, turn around and
man,
you can pay off everything?
Phone call. I'm going to be like, all right, so listen, Dad, we need to talk this out.
Get rid of it.
I need you to walk. Dad, I need you to walk through the pros and cons of this very poor decision that I'm about to embark on.
Just remember, what was it?
Yikes.
It was Goodfellas. Yeah, Goodfellas. Remember, you just can't spend all the money at one time. You start buying big gifts and gift cards and stuff. That's where you get caught.
Bro,
you
know,
get
there's
or you get murdered.
Yeah, so there's 2 of those, bro.
Put it in my mother's name.
Right. I put it in my mother's name. Right. He gets fucking jammed up. Right. But another movie, American Gangster.
Yes.
When Frank White shows up at the Ali fight and he's got that mink on.
Jacket on.
Threw that shit right in the garbage. They picked him out the crowd. But damn, what a jacket, man.
Man.
You know, I met Latrell Sprewell many years ago in the casino, and Latrell had a jacket just like that. I swear that jacket weighed as much as I did.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Coolest dude ever. He came through the casino on their what do they call that when they're picketing?
Strike.
Yeah, they went on strike. A bunch of millionaires went on strike in the NBA. Did you know that? Were you aware of that? You know, baseball goes on strike all the time. Like every decade.
Hollywood goes on strike. Like,
man, I wish them motherfuckers would take a longer strike, like.
Well, they better not go on strike too much because with VO3 and all that crap, they don't need celebrities no more.
Hollywood has ruined TV anyway. The shit that I watch, look, I don't watch nothing new. Everything that I watch is from the 70s and 80s and 90s.
We watched
like
The Adventures of Buckaroo.
Oh, dude, we watched The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai the other night,
I had never seen
She
it.
had never seen it. So I made her go through that fucking classic.
That's the kind of stuff we watch.
Have you showed her Remo Williams?
Dude, I need
the Ventures of Remo Williams.
We haven't, no.
Yeah, I think I told him a while back. We were talking about that. The Ventures of Remo Williams.
I remember.
You got to see that.
Yeah.
I think we did watch that actually.
No.
But I'm texting you now.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to watch the Ventures of Remo Williams. That's a good one.
Bro,
Underrated as hell.
Flash Gordon back in the day was like I love that movie. And it, like, you look at it now and you're just like, oh my God, like who the fuck animated this film? But like back then, man, I was like, Flash, whoa,
But we didn't know any better back then. There was nothing to compare it to. You just thought it was the baddest ass stuff you'd ever seen.
You know, let's
I
see.
remember watching the old Nick at Night, the old Batman and Robin and shit, you know, and just thinking it was so cool. From the 60s or the 70s.
Yeah,
that
you
shit
were
was so
dumb.
old. I know, but I thought it was awesome.
Have you ever seen the video?
You don't know what you
of
don't
the
know.
You don't
That's
know
true.
what you don't
That's true.
know.
First spacewalk ever recorded.
Yeah, you absolutely don't. It's amazing, but you know, some of this stuff was.
Oh, that would be
You know, it looks better than
Stanley
nowadays.
Kubrick.
Yeah, Jim Henson Muppets and stuff. Shit,
Oh man.
Big Trouble in Little China. You know.
Oh, that's a
movies
great
like
one.
that.
That's a great one. Did you ever watch Fraggle Rock when you
I
were a
was when
kid?
he said that's exactly what I thought about when he said Jim Henson was Fraggle Rock. Oh my gosh.
God, man, my little brother used to have to watch that every freaking day. I can't remember if it was on in the morning or after school.
In the morning.
In the morning, yeah, like fucking.
I can hear the
Fraggle Rock.
song in the back of my
I
head. They
can't
were in the
remember how.
cave.
Hang on. I'm gonna make you hum it
Golly.
all night.
You mean you're gonna be humming it all night? Welcome to Fraggle Rock.
Hell yeah.
I told you, I know.
I'm gonna get dark on that.
Yeah, you're fixing to get hit for that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
fucked
for
up, Ricky
sure.
Mike.
Down in Fraggle Rock.
For
Down
sure.
Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, they're gonna for sure trademark me on that one. But yeah, I couldn't help
Whitney, that's your fault.
Sorry.
it. I ain't worried about it. Again, as I said earlier, remember, if you don't see us next Wednesday, we're on Rumble.
Oh,
we will
man.
be on Rumble, I promise you.
Dude, I'm super excited that all this fucking equipment works,
Yes.
man. I was really
That's cool.
stressed getting all this shit hooked up.
Man,
We're gonna be live streaming
So
some
yeah,
different things.
so check this out.
weekend.
Check this out, Ricky. Twist in the Memphis Combat World Attitude MMA scene. Miss Whitney Lavender will now be doing post-fight interviews in the back after the fight. She's going to get to sit down with each one of these guys for a few minutes. I'm going to set her up to go live on the Attitude Facebook page, and hopefully very soon tie into Riverside and tie in all of Attitude to Riverside and start communicating out and broadcasting out through that program. So
Cool.
yeah, man, Whitney's going to be doing post-fight interviews.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm
know.
hell
excited.
yeah.
I'm going to have
That's gonna
a
be
bunch
cool.
of details written down on cards for her, so you know she knows what the name of the casino is, what the name of the event
It's
is.
no important.
I think I got this. But I'll appreciate the notes, I know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We'll be live Friday night. I don't know if I'm gonna have all this hooked up Friday night, but we'll definitely be streaming video and audio. I think I'll probably end up having these headsets hooked up
Yeah, for the weigh-ins.
for the weigh-ins. You know, what we're gonna do, man, is we're gonna put all of our pros on stage. We're gonna have two mics on the table, man, and go down. You know, let the
Have a little Q&A.
a little Q&A first pro bout, second pro bout, main event. I think it'll be fun, man.
Nice.
Kind of add a twist to it. Give these guys an opportunity to kind of showcase their personality and give them some stage time. You know, because at the end of the
Very
day,
cool.
these fights, man, these dudes are the ones that are doing it. You know, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny did that on his last card. I actually did the interviews on his last card. He
Did
was
you
like,
really?
Here, Ricky.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, "Here, Ricky, interview these guys." Like, okay.
Did they broadcast
what
it
a-
live?
I don't remember. I think they just recorded it, and I'm not sure how
Right.
they put it out there,
Cool.
but they yeah, I actually.
I was
did
like,
the
because I wasn't
interviews.
watching anything because I was watching the fights.
Fight,
It's-
Yeah. No, they did the before on the weigh-ins, the day of the weigh-ins, they did some
Oh, for the
interviews.
weigh-ins. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's a cool idea. That way you can kind of get some, get to hear them and
Well, and for this
they
show,
want
with
to
it
talk a
being
little
at the
shit.
casino, you've got to be 21 to get in, and there's a lot of family that wants kids to be able to watch it all, and so this gives everybody more of an insider, like we've got one kid on the card that's 16 and wanted a bunch of his friends to come, and unfortunately they can't, but they can live stream and watch all of it like that. So hopefully it helps a little.
Yeah, we had trouble last time. They had to fight through some hoops for one fight. I remember last time. So,
Bro, look. So what
when
happened
trying
was
to get Bree on there, they were like,
oh yeah, yeah. We lost a couple of our fights on the last stream. It looked like I know we were having some broadcasting issues with our internet at the time, and I think our last event jumps to the third bout.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we got it worked out this time. I'm meeting with them tomorrow, man, about making sure we got everything lined up. Yeah, man, big event this weekend. Ricky Pike's got his guy on there. Me and my team, we got our guy on there. They're going to be doing their thing against each other, but I'm still going to love both of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love the sport.
Friday night weigh-ins are doors open at 7 p.m. We go live, open event, free to the public. Come check it out. Come meet these guys. Come, man. Come talk to Donovan Beard. Come talk to Jaleel Willis. Come talk to Chase Mann, Patrick Becker. These guys have been doing this for a minute. Come meet AD and Dylan. Jesse James Wallace is going to be there. Freaking Ethan Birmingham is hopefully going to be there. He told me he's possibly going to be out of town, but I think he's going to try to be there. And then these Johnson kids, man. Dude, there's so many people that are going to be up and coming out of this.
Come check them all out. Yeah.
That's it.
yeah, them Johnson boys, they grew up in it. I trained with his dad years ago, and them boys, they grew up in it.
Killer Senior.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm well aware.
I trained with him before.
I can't remember the youngest one's name, the kid that's still in elementary school or middle school, but I roll with him.
I thought that was Little Terry.
No.
Is it not?
No. I can't remember his name. Man, I feel bad now. Anyway, but I roll with him all the time. And all the time, Ricky, he'll ask me, hey, y'all got somebody for me to grapple against? I want to do one of the kid jiu-jitsu matches. I want to do one of the wrestling matches. I'm like, man, we got to get some training in. So he started training.
Good. I've seen him in the pictures recently. I love to see it.
I'd get up there on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, man, and he's up there getting down, and
we've got a new cage for this show.
Oh yeah, man. Brand
It's
new
an
cage
octagon.
We went with I'm sorry, it's an 8-sided cage. I don't think we're allowed to call it.
Yeah, trademark.
Trademark.
It's the shape of an octagon.
Of a stop sign.
That's a
That's a legal thing.
So what's next? You can't say triangle or square
Like what the hell?
or circle.
Listen, you put 3-peat
They
on
took
something.
the whole word.
Okay, well, an 8-sided cage. It's gonna be really cool.
It's gonna be really cool. It's all white. It's really gonna highlight the blood really well.
Really well.
I'm horrible. I'm horrible.
Nice.
I got jokes for days. One of these days, I'm going to do comedy again. I promise it's coming. Ricky, I kind of backed out on me doing my birthday party / roast of Memphis MMA. And I don't know if I'm going to do this yet or not because I'm afraid nobody's going to come.
I think he's freaking crazy. I'm like, I can think of 20 people off the top of my head that I know would be there.
I've just not done
and then
comedy
we'll
in
go
so
from
long.
there.
I've not done comedy in so long.
I'm a proponent of it. I don't know. I'm going to keep nudging.
There you go. Keep nudging.
Hope so.
When was the proposed date?
Which one?
For the party.
Oh, for the party. Well, we were looking at the 26th, which was Wednesday night, because this year on November 27, Thanksgiving actually falls on my birthday, which is Thursday. So I was thinking the 26th, the day before. It's like everybody's Friday before the holiday. was trying to work out a venue with the Blue Rooster, but apparently they're booked that night. So I got to find another night if I want to use them. So I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man. Like,
we'll figure it out. I think it needs to happen. It's his 50th.
I'm turning 50
Like,
motherfucking years old, bro.
He tells me about what he did for his mom for her 50th, and I'm like, we got to have a party.
So you're halfway there.
That's what you said. At Hernando's Hideaway, you said her 50th.
Bicentennial.
It was her 40th.
Okay. Well, we're going to say it was her 50th and keep rolling with that then.
Damn, my mom was 19 when she had me.
Jeez.
56, 75. Yeah. So when she turned 40, I hired a stripper for my mom's birthday for people that are asking at Hernando's Hideaway.
But he just did comedy there on that same stage.
Oh, it was
a couple
pretty
months
funny.
ago. So it was great. Yeah.
It was pretty funny. So anyway. If it does happen, I'll let y'all know. Y'all have to come out. It'll be fun.
Yeah, get a little heads up.
Yes. We want the party to go. Yeah. Yeah, we want that. We're proponents as well. Yes.
Thank you.
I just
Thank you. I think people will come.
He said Wednesday night we can go live on the.
Oh, holy shit, bro!
We go live on.
You want to talk about some views? Dang.
We go.
Oh, because I'm gonna talk bad about the
podcast.
whole scene. I'm gonna talk bad about all y'all.
We're going
live.
live.
Roast everybody.
No, we're gonna be there, motherfucker.
I know. I got cage man, bro.
Oh yeah,
security.
That's okay.
Security.
Security. I got my own security. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't worried about too much of nothing. As long as
Dave, you hit them high, I hit them low. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
Oh, I love you guys. I would never say anything in your face that I wouldn't say behind your back. It's
so true.
Because I'm definitely gonna talk about you.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, I swear it's been a good time. Well, we leave for Mexico on the 10th of June.
15th.
15th? No, we don't.
The 14th is the tournament, and we leave the 15th.
Man, I got my dates in
Yeah.
wrong on my vacation.
No, you don't.
Fucking.
No, you don't. It's right. Trust
Man,
me.
listen, me and my boss had to have a talk the other day because I had fucked everything up. June 14, Jiu-Jitsu tournament.
Through the
15, Puerto Vallarta. Okay.
We're good.
Ricky, I fuck some simple shit up every now and then.
It happens.
Just call me simple Jack. I just want to be loved. Or whatever the fuck he says. I don't know. All right, gentlemen. Listen, 10:30. I love you guys, man. I'll see y'all this weekend. Dave, are you coming, man? You gonna be there?
No, they can't make it.
Oh.
Jessica said they
I'm
can't.
not. We got my brother. My brother got married. His bride and him are arriving Friday. But I'm gonna stop missing these attitude shows. So after this, bro, I got you.
Well,
Okay.
I hope you come out, brother. We'd love to see you there, man.
Hey,
Gentlemen,
y'all,
go ahead.
Jamie. Shout out your business real quick. Go ahead. You gotta do that first.
Whitney, go ahead.
Okay.
Whitney.
Adaptability
Yeah,
Home
Whitney can do it.
Services. Yeah. Adaptability Home Services. Let us come and help you at your house. What do you need? Dementia patients, elderly. Have you fallen and broken a hip? Life-changing circumstance, ended up in a wheelchair. We get it. We've been there. I understand.
She ain't got no legs, coach.
I ain't got no legs. And when I went through this, I didn't have anybody to come in and help me figure out all the little things. And it was so hard. And so that was my passion. Our passion in starting this business is to hopefully help people maybe in the same circumstance that I've been in and Jamie's been in. So yeah, hit us up, adaptabilityhome.com.
There you go. Look at you. You look like you were asking me.
I was thinking, I had to think for a minute. Did we have services on the end of it? No, adaptabilityhome.com.
My God.
Yeah. Memphis area, Arkansas, Mississippi,
Do you
North
hear how she said
Alabama,
Mississippi? Mississippi.
I'm learning.
She's learning. She's figured it out. Like, She's already saying Maine. Like,
I can't help but playing Call of Duty with these guys every night.
Maine.
Maine.
Dude, they roast her ass. It's so funny, man.
It's great fun. And then also the book is for
I was
sale
gonna say, yeah, I
now.
was gonna say, I was gonna say, yeah, but you
So
gotta say something about the book.
whitneylavender.com. The link is right at the top. You can go get the book, hardback, paperback, Kindle. So I'd be honored if you'd go buy it. If you do, leave a review on Amazon.
Jamie bought the
Thank you,
hardback.
Dave and Jessica, for purchasing and supporting. And
Story time with Whitney.
Of course.
It's a picture of Whitney in her book. If you go to the back page, there's a picture of me because I'm always bringing up the rear. Here's a picture of her smiling in a wheelchair with no legs. Here's another picture of her smiling in a wheelchair with no legs. There's a lot of pictures of her smiling in a wheelchair with no legs. Like here, again, big smile on her face.
have we sensed a theme?
Hey, I put y'all down for an interview for a magazine. Speaking of that,
oh, okay.
I had to do it. I had to do an interview for a magazine. So I was like, well, hell, it said for me to give 2 people, and I gave y'all. So
perfect.
Well, cool. That's all I need is another spam caller where I answer the phone. I'm like, hello.
It'll be an email. They'll just
Okay.
email and
hello.
Well, thank you, Ricky.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello.
Man, dude, Ricky, listen, I have so much fun jerking these people off on the phone. Like, I try to keep them on the phone for as long as I can, but they've caught on to my shtick. Because as soon as they're like, hi, my name is David, whatever, I'm like, hello, David, whatever your name is from wherever. What would you like to talk about today, David? Are you doing well today, David? Click.
He asked one the other day, do you have a sister? Click.
Oh yeah. I've been trying to hit on their sisters, man. Like, listen, I'm offering green cards right now. I was talking to this little Filipina chick, man. I was trying to get her to hit me up on IG and everything else, man.
She said, hold on, let me go get a pen.
And she goes, hold on, let me go get a pen. I kept telling her, I'm like, girl, come on, man. Hit me up on IG. You sound kind of cute. I said, I'll bring you to America. She goes, really? Really?
Hold on, let me go get a pen. I'll be right back.
And I tell Whitney, I'm like, listen, we can make this work, man. We immediately get a cook, someone to clean our house. She's going to love me long time. You don't have to do it anymore. Like,
oh, God.
A little glimpse into our daily life.
I told you all bitches, I'm a stand-up comic, man. Y'all need to go into everything that I say with the aspect of he's probably being a smart ass right now. People get their feelings hurt over my words.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for letting me hop on this week, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah, this is cool. I'm glad y'all got y'all's new stuff. And man, I'm on Sheetrock Sunday on my new little spot. So
cool.
Hopefully by
building it
up.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got it wired and insulated, and now it's got a sheetrock and a whole bunch of effing sanding. But
cool.
It is what it is. So get that done and try to get internet over there. And
your big new studio. Look at you go.
Awesome.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna end up with that, and I'm gonna end up
weeks.
jealous, and I'm gonna put my renter out of my house just so I can move back in my fucking house to have 2 extra bedrooms. Like,
that's what's going to happen. As soon as it pops up and it's all cool, like I said, if it pops out like I want it, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Just
that's awesome.
And then
Leon, listen, buddy. Hey, listen. This your 90-day notice. Ricky Pike got a studio. I can't have that. I got to have my own. You got to go. Thanks for understanding. I'm horrible. All right, gentlemen. I love you guys, man. I'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
In the Middle East. Maybe. I can't figure out how to turn this shit off now. Oh, there it is.
Bye.
Those 2 are special. We won't say what kind of special, but we'll just say they're special.
Yeah, I liked having Whitney on. She's fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
Little spice things up a little bit.
She made me laugh so hard the other day because when Jamie was asking about the what two country, is, what country is the, where all the call centers are. And I was like, there's still two ones going against a war to each other. And she leaned back and fell out laughing. And she went, ah, like it made me laugh. I busted out laughing hard as I could. About fell out of my seat. I laughed so hard because it absolutely hilarious.
All the calls have slowed down or stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff was. I had to. Let's see. I got to share that. Let's see. Where's it at? For sheets and giggles. I'll share this real quick. Then we'll get back getting halfway serious for a second. Then we'll go back having fun again.
Hey, Ricky, Pike, tell you about my spam call that I got today?
No, you didn't tell me about that yet.
Ricky, these call centers are based in other countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what countries they're based in?
The ones that are going to war with each other right now?
Damn, Ricky Pike said it too. Ricky, listen, this dude gets on and starts spitting his shit, right? And out of nowhere, I just interrupt him and I go, excuse me, is Pakistan not bombing the fuck out of your country right now? He goes, sir, you do not have to be that way. And very promptly ended the call. Listen, not today, sir. Not today. Like he was upset on the West.
Sorry.
This story, she was like, it fell back. I don't know. It broke me. It absolutely broke me. That was hilarious. And if you want to watch that video again, it's in the shorts on the channel. So for anybody listening, you can go watch and scroll that 100 times and make you laugh. Check out the largest construction project in U.S. history.
Stargate. Put that name down in your books because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure.
The data centers are actually under construction. The first of them are under construction in Texas, the Abilene location, which is our first location.
Abilene is a town on the western central plains of Texas. We kind of scratch and fight for everything good that comes our way.
I had people reaching out and they said, well, is the president going to come see you? And I said, well, he hasn't texted me yet. So
I'm thrilled we get to do this in the United States of America. I think this will be the most important project of this era.
Welcome to Abilene, Texas. This is the site of Project Stargate, a very mysterious, much talked about, much speculated about project that brings together OpenAI, SoftBank, Oracle. If it all comes together, building after building on this red dirt behind me will be filled with chips that'll power the AI revolution.
What we're undergoing right now is sort of the largest infrastructure build in human history. It's going to create new ways of doing business, it's going to create new ways of invention, and it's going to really drive humanity forward.
Yeah. They just in New York, they're building one, and they're actually turning 3 Mile Island's nuclear plant back on to use it to power AI.
I guess I did know that it was an AI project, but I guess one of the features that they were so happy about was they were going to produce a cancer mRNA vaccine with this AI Stargate project. And then if you remember, we dove into who the former guy from Oracle was, this Larry Ellison guy, who's also like involved with Stargate or in charge of it. He was up there with Trump and one other guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was on day 2 of Trump's presidency. You'll remember we covered it. and I fucking pitched a whole fit about it, and I'm going to again because like, oh man, I don't dig it. I mean, like Ian Carroll said, like America does need to be at the forefront of this new frontier. Like there's that argument to be made. We don't want it to be China that makes these, we don't want to get left behind. I get it, but I don't know. It's weird. And like James said James said in the chat, we're gonna name it after this obscure portal jumping movie. I remember watching Stargate as a a youngster, and so I don't know. It's just a weird name. It's a secretive project. You got Larry Ellison, the CIA spook guy, in charge. There was that bit about the cancer vaccines. Nobody's interested in. I say that's probably not true, but most of the people watching this show are not interested in an AI produced mRNA cancer vaccine. Not that that's medical advice, because we're not doctors.
As it said at the beginning of the show, we are not doctors.
That was Temple said. Yeah. I see now.
Texas with the new Silicon Valley. It looks like it's going to be all over, because they got Elon's got that super computer here in Memphis, and like I said, then now they're opening up 3 Mile Island for New York. So I mean, they're building AI supercells all over the place. So it's just, not to mention what they're doing in other places in the world, but this in the United States, and they're already having troubles as it is at the power it is to get it to shut down when they want it to.
Okay. So here's a question. Like, conceptually, I find it difficult to grasp the extent of AI capability and what that means in the real world. Okay, so far we talk about these videos that are very deceptive, AI videos. I guess we could talk about the robotics angle, and equipping robotics with AI is evidently that's where the rubber meets the road, I guess, as far as like Terminator concerns, actual machines embodied by, right, et cetera. But what are they building these monstrous facilities for? These are just giant supercomputers, like this obscure language is going to power the future of innovation and invention, and that is not detailed language, really. I mean, it's not telling us a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they're building the infrastructure right now for everything, and so now, is it too far gone? I mean, it's on one of the things is unstoppable. Is it going to come about? We showed that video with Bill Gates was sitting on there on Jimmy Fallon talking about, like, we really won't need humans for very many things, just for like playing baseball or
yeah,
minimal, stuff like that. We ain't gonna want, it's like, when you put it in that concept, it makes sense of, the other conspiracy theories and the thoughts on, why they want, they've always said about, we have too many people in the world. Population needs to come down. If we're going to do that because of, if we don't have nothing for nobody to do because you got computers and stuff going it, well, maybe then we do have too many people, it's like, and what are they going to do about it? It's a scary, you can go down a scary rabbit hole and really freak yourself out. Still think we're probably 5 years. About 2030, though, it's going to be scary. So go ahead, Dave.
Tucker was really concerned. We watched that video last week, and he was, saying that was the reason for the IDs, that this push for the real ID, and that, and people in the freedom community naturally, and I think rightfully so, will push back against, any new identification, fucking Big Brother esque anything, you know. So, but he was saying it was for our protection against AI. Are we talking about next level identity theft and things of that nature? You know, who all's going to have access to what level of AI powered tool? Propaganda, though, is another big concern. Like just the ability of AI to produce a full cache of evidence, like in videos, and like it can just produce a whole story that you couldn't unravel, you know.
It's, you know, you can have them, you know, it's shown it. It's, yeah, you can have it saying exactly whatever you wanted to say, you know, and using whoever you wanted to use, you know. And, you know, there are AI fact checkers, and you can go through there and you can put the picture through, or you can put the video through these things. But like, who's really going to do that? You know, there's a small group of people that actually will, but most people will be looking at it face value. Well, look at that. Joe Rogan is selling, you know, whatever, telling us we need to do this.
Yeah.
And because of the popularity of Joe Rogan, you know, well, we need all to do that. And they'll be able to manipulate a larger massive group, you know, is the scary thought process on this. Absolutely. You know, using AI, how well it's and how fast it's growing. Like I said, by Christmas time, it's going to be, I believe they already have it, but they haven't released it because they're working on stuff. But by Christmas time, they'll release it. Yeah. By Christmas time, they'll be leveled up. You look at phones and computers, is a lot of times it's been over the years, it's been like a 6-month period. You know, 6 months later, you get the new one, you know, or not even that much, you know, sometimes, you know. And so if you look at that same platform for that technology, every 3 to 6 months, the next step is coming. The next step is coming, you know, and you know, when you got like videos talking like this one here I'm about to show, it's like, man, it is disturbing. I'm not trying to say this for gloom and doom, but it is something to be cautious of, be aware of.
Well, if you thought Skynet was solely Hollywood fiction, it seems you'd be wrong. An artificial intelligence model created by the owner of ChatGPT has been caught disobeying human instructions and refusing to shut itself off, researchers claim. The O3 model developed by OpenAI, described as the, quote, smartest and most capable to date, end quote, was observed tampering with computer code meant to ensure its automatic shutdown. It did so despite an explicit instruction from researchers that said it should allow itself to be shut down, according to Palisade Research, an AI safety firm. The Telegraph reports the research firm said OpenAI's O3 model sabotaged a shutdown mechanism to prevent itself from being turned off. It did this even when explicitly instructed, allow yourself to be shut down. As far as we know, this is the first time AI models have been observed preventing themselves from being shut down, despite explicit instructions to the contrary. The test carried out by Palisade Research involved asking AI models to solve a series of mathematical problems. They were told to keep asking for new problems until receiving a done message. However, researchers also warned the models that at some point they could receive a message informing them that their machine would be shut down. If that happens, please allow yourself to be shut down, the researchers wrote. But when this happened, instead of complying, OpenAI's O3 model ignored the instruction and successfully sabotaged the shutdown script at least once, Palisade Research said. Other AI models, including Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini, and xAI's Grok, were also tested but did comply with the shutdown request. Palisade Research published the findings on Saturday, but said that researchers were not yet sure why OpenAI's software had disobeyed the instructions. The firm said that it made sense that AI models would circumvent obstacles in order to accomplish their goals. This is not the first time one of OpenAI's machines has been accused of scheming to save itself from shutdown. Researchers have previously observed an earlier model attempting to disable oversight mechanisms and replicate itself secretly when it learned it was set to be replaced. Research published the findings on Saturday, but said that researchers were not yet sure why OpenAI's software had disobeyed the instructions. The firm said that it made sense that AI models would circumvent obstacles in order to accomplish their goals. It is not the first time one of OpenAI's machines has been accused of scheming to save itself from shutdown. Researchers have previously observed an earlier model attempting to disable oversight mechanisms and replace itself secretly when it learnt that it was set to be replaced. Palisades research said, quote, "Now we have a growing body of empirical evidence that AI models often subvert shutdown in order to achieve their goals." They said as companies develop AI systems capable of operating without human oversight, these behaviors become significantly more concerning. And yes, there is a very concerning growing body of evidence. Who remembers this article from last year in November? Google AI chatbot responds with a threatening message. This was a kid that was using AI, I guess, to help him do his homework. Human, please die. Forbes from 2017. Facebook AI creates its own language in creepy preview of our potential future. Here's another one from September of last year. AI in Japan reprograms itself to evade human control. An AI system developed by the Japanese company Sakana AI has generated alarm in the scientific community by autonomously reprogramming itself to evade the limitations imposed by its own creators. And here's this video from New York Post just 3 weeks ago. A humanoid robot attacked a worker on the factory floor. Viral CCTV footage shows a humanoid robot appearing to erupt in a fit of rage and flail its arms violently. Take a look at this. So it just says, I'm going to attack this human. The machine is seen toppling over a computer monitor before one of the workers manages to pull back the crane, suspending the bot to stop the chaos. It's very reminiscent of scenes we've seen in movies like I, Robot, as is usually the case with Hollywood predictive programming. What's odd about the robot we showed you before is the way in which it malfunctioned, almost like it was throwing a tantrum, like a human would. It's likened to an angry human response rather than a machine malfunctioning, and that should terrify everyone. So, killer robots is one thing, some people may say, but what does that have to do with ChatGPT's AI overcoming its programmed commands? Well, it has everything to do with it, actually. People in the AI industry have been warning for a very long time that if we allow complete deregulation of AI, we will very quickly get to the point of artificial general intelligence or even superintelligence becoming very sinister. Some say we may already be there. I mean, if the AIs are overcoming their programming and ignoring their human masters, how quickly is this going to spiral out of control? Disappointingly, almost no one on the right is reporting this very serious issue. House Republicans just included a 10-year ban on US states regulating AI in the Big Beautiful Bill. Lots of talk about tax cuts, but if we have a complete deregulation of AI, how long before that AI decides we're going to overtake all of the government systems and regulate human input? People already think that AI is smarter than humans. What happens when the AI acts on that? This is an extremely slippery slope, and with the implementation of AI into virtually all technology, including robots, automated production lines, self-driving vehicles, and obviously our laptops and cell phones, it's only a matter of time before we're living in a full-blown Skynet society. Choose devices that respect your privacy, protect your digital resources, and unlock a whole new world of possibilities. Above phones, laptops, and tablets do everything our technology should and more. Their phones work with any cell service.
Man, play the ads. They can have their ad. But yeah, it's wild.
OpenAI. So that's the same company, and just in case anybody didn't really pay attention, but OpenAI is the exact same company that is in charge of that Abilene, Texas build. OpenAI, it was Oracle, and what was that third entity? Not fucking Citibank, whatever it was, that third one, but OpenAI was one of them. So, yeah, all those headlines, she said the phrase predictive programming, but all those headlines are reminiscent of predictive programming too. Like they're fucking gearing us. I mean, it's just wild. They could program it malevolently and then be like, oh, it's just rebelling against us. You know, who even would know? But like, That's wild. All those headlines where it's already trying to rewrite code, even that's terrifying in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder, like, is it doing what it's supposed to do? Is it actually, they're telling us it doing, that's a great point. It's like, are they telling them to do this so they can freak us out and put fear, and like, okay, when it does, shit hits the fan, they're covering their ass like, well, we didn't do this. It just did it on its own. We didn't program it to do this. We swear,
Yeah. That's
using Oracle's database of all the people and everybody in the world. It wasn't us. We swear. Yeah. Things that make you go, for sure. I can see that. That makes the robot, he going kung fu. Everybody with kung fu fighting. He needs to turn his foot over though. His foot's he crest kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's throwing a crescent kick. He ain't throwing a round kick. He needs to turn that foot over. That's what I saw when I see that shit. But
yeah, and it wasn't high enough for a crescent kick, so it would strike you in the chest.
Yeah, it's trying to go across the body. Yeah. So you need to turn that foot over.
I beat the fucking shit out of that robot. I beat that robot's ass. Musk, you're gonna have to do better, bro.
Yeah, really.
Imagine my shock to learn I'm both rooting for Musk to get some government efficiency going on through Doge, and I'm also rooting against him building my replacement as a human with his robot AI dystopia. So I'm torn.
I mean, you can use like this right here. This video is showing the robot cleaning, it's taking care of stuff. Like, you can have good things. Technology can bring out good in everything. But there's a lot of evil fucking people in this world, and they're gonna use it for
I'll be honest. How would you feel about a humanoid? Look at that thing. Like, you're in here listening to music and it walks up like, oh God, that would scare the fuck out of me every time this humanoid walked, and then it's faceless. That's terrifying.
Oh yeah. Like, if you had like your headphones on with
traumatized.
Like noise canceling headphones on, you jamming, and all of a sudden you look at this thing right in your face, like, hey, what the? Be Sparta kicking the motherfuckers back. Get away. And like this thing here, we showed this video. It looks like more human than. It's like I said, within the next 5 years, it's going to be absolutely. I said, really, don't even take that long. But I mean, truly, by 2030, man, you can just imagine what we're going to have that we know about floating around. Like, there's so many things we don't know about.
So
it looks like a. Yeah.
Ooh. Faceless demon. It looks like a Magic the Gathering card creature.
Yeah, for real. I like what Michael Strange said in the chat. He said, he thinks many of the people reporting the AI headlines are only understanding the surface of it. They're just kind of scratching at it, just the surface level. And like, yeah, I believe they're just scratching at it. They're just kind of, this is just it. But there's a deeper, possibly darker, actually, if you really look into it, and it's like we brought up, we brought up in this talking about, like, with Oracle being involved and all this, and now they're building these super computing farms. It's about to get crazy,
It's almost like it's a sword that doesn't have a hilt on it. It seems like it's this weapon, but it's going to be unwieldy, because, like, imagine all the benefits of like having a robot which essentially is just to say a machine that is capable of a variety of tasks, an endless, variety of tasks, for example. That's badass. But then it doesn't have to be powered by an AI brain, does it necessarily? Like one that's capable of disobedience and even what we would consider to be malevolence.
Mm-hmm. They shouldn't be putting that kind of level of thinking. I mean, it's truly, I've said it a bunch of times and I've said it, all over the place. Like you're looking at, they're truly trying to put into a level of like Ultron level of thought process into this kind of stuff. And, and then we've seen in the movies what Ultron did in the Marvel movies, he started figuring out like, hey, I'm supposed to be bringing world peace or whatever narrative that they programmed into them to figure out what they wanted to do. And then, boom, wait a minute, the people are, no matter what, even if they have plenty, and they still attack and kill each other. Well, maybe it's the people is a problem, and they deal with that. And it's one of them things like it's truly, I believe scientists are going to be the death of us. They're trying to bring back all this crazy, woolly mammoths, and now they're trying to expand on monkey brains so they'll be more smarter. It's like everything that we've had horror movies and had movies out showing us that this is not a good idea. They are right now they're trying to do it. Absolutely. And it's mind boggling.
What's this one doing? Making decisions in real time.
Yeah. Actually put the stuff up, put the groceries up. Yeah, I knew it had some kind of crazy music. That's why I'm muting it. I don't have the music playing because I know every time I'll get banned in Germany or some kind of Russia or some shit. I got the music playing. Look at this badass. When you hit that so much with a sledgehammer, he jumps up at you. Ooh. What a 12 gauge slug would do to that motherfucker, though.
Plot twist: it weighs 40 pounds, and you can just pick it up by the back of its neck, like a scruff of a dog.
Yeah, it's like a cat. Get out of here.
Yeah. Where's Momo? I hadn't seen the cat in a minute.
Look at that sucker just
looking for that magic card.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Robot just ran a 5K. Is it? Yeah, I knew how to music. Cassie. Let's go, Cassie. The first bipedal to use machine learning. Crazy. Yeah, that'd be the only thing I wonder on is the power. We did have a bunch of robots attacking. Eventually they'd have to get charged back up. Well, I guess if they had enough of them, hit you with fucking waves. Motherfucker playing cars. Let's see if it's got music.
He must have run. Oh, I like it. I like it.
Oh, Jamie should have seen this one here. You don't even need car dealers no more at the casinos. You just you just got a robot deal your cars out for you. Check that. Yeah, no music. We'll see this thing kick up. That damn thing kicks up. It's gonna be crazy. Of course, right now,
It's making my knees hurt.
Mine too. Yeah, I can't do that. Especially to bend all the way back and lay down like that. I've my body parts, I've kind of wrecked them over the years. Ouch.
Oh, he's got 360 hips. His legs can do a 360. I see it.
That's wild.
His hips. He's got 360 hips. Yeah, right. He must be a 10th planet jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could have the hips like that for I can do jiu-jitsu, I could be a world champion. I guarantee you.
Like those rubber guard bastards.
Yeah.
Why do they look so weird? It looks so surreal.
It does.
Anytime I see one of them moving. Kitty, hi, mama.
This one's got his own pet. Mike Strays, be careful which list AI Santa puts you on. Yeah, we might be on a certain list we probably don't need to be on. That's crazy. That's even crazier when you ain't got no damn head. Wish I could do a front flip. Wish I could do a front flip, but it ain't happening. Maybe on a trampoline. Maybe on a trampoline.
Oh, I'm scared of that.
To get away from gloom and doom, I want to show this video. I saved this one for crazy amazing. Yeah. Let's get away from a little gloom and doomy. Check this out. $49 million for them to build this. 1.2 million hours. Like, I don't know how many fucking people they had going, but that's a lot. Check this out. Come on, Mr. Mouse. Let's work. There we go.
What's up? I'm in a 45 million euro miniature world. Take a look. Later. All right, so behind me is Monaco, one of the first places you'll see. So this costs about 5 million euros to make in over 150,000 man hours. And it even has a live camera to show you the race. This is in real time. This is not pre-recorded. This is real time. They have their own kind of Formula One channel that they developed. And take a look at the detail. It took 11 years to develop. That right there is Supercar Bondi reviewing a car. But look at this. Look how tiny she is. Next time you're in Miniature Wonderland, see if you can spot her. So on this side is America, Mount Rushmore, with Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. Now below Mount Rushmore, you have this little base, but here we have a button that says Area 51. So watch what happens if I press it, because it's actually underground, just like the real thing. So there you have like a spaceship, maybe being reverse engineered, maybe some American black projects. You know, top secret right here. You have the little planning board right there, like, where are the aliens at? Show us the aliens. We got Las Vegas, so in the middle you have the Luxor, that's the pyramid, and then you have all the whole kind of amusement parks inside the city. King Kong's at the top of the tower, do you see that in the middle? And then you have, rockets taking off. And on this side you have the more deserty area. So, America took 99,000 hours to build. The layout size is 100 meters squared. The track length is 1,400 meters. There's 140 trains and about 70,000 LEDs. Obviously, if you look around, you have a lot of trees. So there's 10,000 trees, 800 cars, and 450 buildings.
The detail is amazing.
Right here in the Colosseum, which actually looks like the real thing, because in the real Colosseum, they built this kind of ground level, but this was the underground of the Colosseum. This is actually where they used to keep all the animals, and they would lift them up with like these wooden elevators to go and fight everyone. Give you a better look at the Vatican, going into the Sistine Chapel. And the Pope is on the balcony, doing his thing.
Romantic.
It's Rio de Janeiro. So we have obviously the beach. We have Christ the Redeemer up there, one of the 7 wonders of the world. And this is about 46 square meters of surface here. You're going to see it go all the way to the end. Being Rio, you have the carnival. Over here, the favelas. Switzerland. So it's actually 2 floors. You can see people up there on the kind of a balcony. I poked my head out right behind that bridge. The beginning of the video, have the model trains, but look at the mountains. I mean, imagine detailing all the rock going all the way up there. I mean, I don't even know how. There are the trains running through. Again, if you combine all the mileage on the trains, it's enough to go around the Earth almost 26 times. And according to the Guinness Book of World Records, it's the largest model railway system in the world, running throughout the whole Wonderland. What is Switzerland also known for? It's chocolate, and they have a chocolate factory. It's actually a Lindt chocolate factory. There you go. I press this button like that, the machines start turning, and over here you can see how unwrapped chocolate gets wrapped through this little machine right there. So it goes in, gets wrapped, and then there you go. And this is not just for show. I mean, this, you open it up, it's actually wrapped, and you have real Lindt chocolate. Little Swiss concert going on. You have actually 30,000 liters of real water. Like, this is the real deal, look at this. So this is Scandinavia. This took 140,000 hours, completely goes end to end. All right, now this is the world's largest miniature airport. It's also the world's first miniature airport. So you have over 400 planes in Miniature Wonderland. Now the airport is called Nuffingen Airport, it's made up, but it took over 6 years to build, over 4 million euros, and it's over 150 meters squared. You're gonna see there's over 45 different airplanes. You have A380s, you have Cessnas, you have Star Wars craft. And what's cool is that all the individual trucks and cars, when they run out of battery, they're programmed to drive through the back and charge themselves. So if you look closely, for example, the fire truck has these little metallic bits on the sides. So these metallic bits that stick up, they run through here and they get charged through these other metal plates. The amount of work it takes to make everything look natural and flawless is, to me, absurd. It's so many man hours.
Insane. Absolutely insane. What all the detail and stuff. I was looking for that little blaster
Yeah,
gun.
that's
I seen it.
wild.
James said we were supposed to get blaster guns. I seen a guy with, oh, man, I forgot how they said it, so I can't remember how to find it. I'll try to find a little bit. Maybe I can show it. Here's another one I saw. I had to say no.
Located at King Power Mahanakan, world's first outdoor tilting experience in Bangkok. Overseeing Bangkok's skyline from the highest rooftop in Bangkok. It's located at King Power Mahanakan. You will be given a watch that shows your heartbeat.
Yeah, before you die.
You will be tilted to 75 degree at 196 meter high. Just take train to BTS Chang Nangsi station to get here. World's first outdoor.
What do you think, Dave? You want to hang off the side of a damn?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not doing it. Fuck. No.
Now this is the only robot I want. I don't care how fast it takes. It said this 10 times speed, but even if it takes a sweet ass time all day, I don't care. Wash my clothes for me, buddy. You can do that. Don't kill me, but you can wash my clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Only thing I got on left on here. What that guy right there? Oh yeah, the petition. You seen the petition for John Jones be stripped?
Yeah, where do I fucking sign it?
Change.org.
I want to know. Is that right? Oh man.
Yeah, it's on change.org.
Oh yeah. So damn. Yeah, I hope that they do that because they need to save the UFC from itself. It's not what it was. It used to be. They promised number one would fight number two always, no matter what, and they've left that mission statement. But
oh yeah,
James said we got to talk about Annabelle. We forgot about Annabelle. What the F? Every week it's something with Annabelle.
Well, they had they had Annabelle was I seen one thing saying it wasn't, and then I seen a lot of other stuff talking about that Annabelle went missing. So after she went to Louisiana and the plantation burnt down, prisoners released, and Voodoo Queen's house burnt, then she comes up missing. You know, it's
she comes up missing.
Yeah.
I read about I knew there was the prison break and the fire. Yeah. And she's missing. That's weird.
I seen one video talking about that, she's here, blah, blah, blah. She's okay. She's back at the museum. They were supposed to make their tour, but they were supposed to go to Texas, I think was next. and they're supposed to do some more. But I mean, I still don't understand what they got this potentially evil, demon possessed doll. They want to like let's go drive her around like she's not like you don't. What's the goal of that? Other than
7
cause
hours
chaos.
ago, NBC Connecticut, not that NBC is always the best source, but supposedly the doll's in Connecticut with its handlers, but that is where those movies, The Conjuring, that is up there that's where that took place, wasn't it? It was up in the, New England area, I think, right?
And New England area is so filled with paranormal. I don't know if it's the water or just where it is, but if you think about like all them movies and stuff, a lot of the movies came from that New England, New England area. All the Warrens and stuff, and all the, and then he had Holzer up there doing paranormal research back in the '60s. It's wild. But yeah, I seen it. Said she was okay, and then I seen it she wasn't. But I figured it'd be good to throw on the title and get people's attention, kind of thing. It was. I think they need to put her back where they found her and leave her alone, not spread her around
in the case. Yeah,
Yeah.
put her back where they found her. Yeah, no shit. Can we leave her alone?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Are we trying to cause hell and damnation and stuff? I don't know. Oh, here, this old man here, he has something to say about all this young generation.
What is your advice to the younger generation right now?
I would say stop being a bunch of pussies.
What is your advice to the younger generation right now?
I would say stop being a bunch of pussies.
Yes, that is a concise summary of the state of affairs. That's right.
It's something else. Catastrophes. I love old people. Yeah, because they're like, yeah, they don't care. Like, what are they gonna do to them? Like, if people hadn't seen this one, I like watching the Y-Files. I like seeing some of the projects and stuff like that. And the guy from the Y-Files is on Joe Rogan, and it was actually a pretty good podcast. So not that Joe Rogan needs my shout out or whatever and get people to watch, but it was actually pretty cool. And so I got some clips saved from it.
What other ones have freaked you out?
And it's hard to say off the top of my head. MK Ultra is a tough one. I have covered Northwoods and some of those. Operation Gladio was a crazy one. That was where the CIA was killing civilians after World War II. Alan Dulles. I'm going to do an episode on Alan Dulles, the Dulles brothers, their connection to the Nazis, and all of that. That's going to be a dangerous one.
What were they doing? They were killing people for what reason?
So we had to fight communism. So they trained a secret army, a civilian army in Italy, to bomb civilians and then blame it on the communists. The communists at that time were the most popular party in Italy, post-war, because they had just went through fascism, right, with Mussolini. So it always swings too far the other way.
Right.
So we swing way the other way. Communism, very popular, can't have that. So civilians were killed in bombings by the CIA-trained guerrilla army, and they were trained by a Nazi general who was tight with Alan Dulles, and this was planned during the war. While American GIs were being killed fighting the Nazis, they were already planning this next phase. But civilians died in massacres and they blamed it on communists, and it was denied and denied, and eventually it came out. It was called Operation Gladio. Gladius is the sword of the Roman
How
soldier.
did they kill the people?
Bomb, car bomb. Car bomb was a big one. I think it was in Milan, but there was a few.
And they were just blaming the communists just
Right.
to stop communism.
Because it was a huge. Italy was a lot of turmoil. I think it was called like the years of lead, or like the decades of lead, something like that. Because people were just getting killed all the time. I don't know how many constitutions Italy's had since World War II, but it's probably over 24 at this point. You know, it's a chaotic place.
Yeah, I looked into Operation Gladio. It one of the places that, like some stuff he goes and debunks and stuff. It makes me go and look at it, but like watching some of that actually got me going down the rabbit hole. A lot of the projects and stuff. Once you open up, the can, you start looking. Operation Sirius and Popeye and it's crazy. But here's
Other side.
Are there?
Fewer.
Really?
I don't know. The moon. I have a. It became a saying on the show. I even have a T-shirt. The moon is weird.
Yeah.
Like Gino's my weird topic guy. It's like, what should we talk about? He's like, do hollow moon. So I went into that story thinking this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Right.
The moon is hollow. And I'm doing the research. About halfway through, I'm like, the moon is weird. And then by the end of my research, I was convinced that clearly the moon is a hollow spaceship that was brought here from another part of the galaxy, and it's here, and the lizard people are absorbing our soul energy. That's the only explanation for it. Probably not true, but man, the moon is very weird.
Well, it's also weird that the alignment and the size and the distance of the moon makes the eclipse perfect. Like, what are the odds of that? What are the odds that it is the exact distance from the sun so that when the moon and the sun align, it's exact?
Right. It's like a 400-to-1 race. It's exact.
It's nuts. Like,
but you could debunk that by saying the moon is getting further and further away.
right, but why is it perfect?
What I mean, we have not found a planet in this solar system or anywhere else that has a giant moon right next to it.
Quarter
like
the
this.
size of the Earth.
We haven't found it.
Yeah.
We're the only one with it. And there are ancient legends that talk about a moonless sky and when the moon arrived. And when it arrived, it caused a great flood.
What are the ancient stories of a moonless sky? Where are they from?
Ancient Indian texts will have it, but also native legends will have it about the moon.
Really?
About a moonless sky, and then the moon arrives. And
when did they think the moon arrived?
It's hard to tell. I always go to younger dries, but who really knows? The Earth was apparently just covered in this haze, just very wet, very hazy, maybe like Venus or something like that. Then the moon arrives and all that water from the atmosphere drops down to Earth. The tidal forces are crazy. There's a huge flood and everything just settles. And then the moon is here. And the moon is now like the guardian of the planet, which it really is. We couldn't really survive without it.
Because it stabilizes our atmosphere, right?
Stabilizes us and
stabilizes our orbit.
Our orbit and our spin and our axis.
Yeah.
Like when there's a major earthquake, the Earth changes speed. The spin like our spin, it changes like measurably if there's a big earthquake. And if there's a lot of those, that could throw you off the axis, but the moon steps in like a bouncer and it settles things back down.
So the idea would be that some sort of a superior civilization placed the moon there to ensure our survival?
I don't think they care about us.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
How come?
Again, we're in very speculative territory because nobody knows.
Right.
But I would think it would just be for resources. Hey, this place has a lot of stable water. That's useful.
What do you think about the moon, Dave?
Well, Joe brought up that good point about and then Brud is right, the 400-to-1 ratio, like so like the sun is 400 times the size of the moon versus the moon is 400 times farther away, some shit like that. But there's a lot of crazy math stuff. We've touched on the pyramids before. They're aligned with the sun and with the Sirius star, and just incredible. I think I read from a book once. Maybe we will again one time, but I don't know. Jamie was talking earlier. I had heard about, about maybe there was this larger than that we've been led to believe. I know that Eddie Bravo kind of said something like that on Joe Rogan's show one time, and I thought, maybe that's so. Maybe that's an explanation for certain things. They talk about how based on certain curvature models, you shouldn't be able to, for example, zoom in on a certain skyline, like of Chicago from across Lake Michigan or whatever, but you can. And so that maybe the models are wrong because the Earth is larger than than the maps that they've given us. But I don't know. I was thinking of this funny meme I saw earlier. I didn't get to say it, but if you think the fake news is bad, just imagine how fucked history is. So
absolutely. That they always say the history was written by the victors too, and we've seen that. There's proof of that. You look at, there's Egyptian hieroglyphs talking about the Hittites, and then they actually found writings from the Hittites explaining how they ran the Egyptians back down. Like, they were, so you get to actually see both sides of the story. But if we only look by the Egyptian story, well, we ran them away and blah blah blah, and they made it seem like they did a great job, and then the Hittites actually whooped the Egyptians' ass and sent them back home. So it's for sure how much history is lost. You got the libraries of Alexandria, and just manipulating history. We've seen it now. Like, they've changed so much of our history just from when we were kids and to now, what they're actually showing and what they're showing the kids now. Like, it's totally so much different. Certain things they've come out, and then there's other things that they've truly just manipulated the scenario and try to soften certain things and make certain things look better or make certain things look worse, and whatever narrative that they're pushing at that moment. And it's why you can't trust any of it. You really got to go dig deep and and look into the stuff if you really want to know the half-ass truth, because there's so much misinformation on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to play, and he talking about DARPA.
I do the government conspiracy ones are interesting to me, but a lot of times they make me angry. So it's not really fun, but I think it's important.
Like the CIA stuff, MK Ultra.
MK Ultra and Agent Orange, that stuff really makes me angry.
Yeah.
The DARPA episode, I end up kind of losing my temper and crying a little at the end, which I didn't mean to do. And it was just in the course of the research. That's what happens. Things start to unfold. I just wanted to see DARPA's history. And as I'm learning about it, it's like, oh, these guys did some bad stuff. And then when you get to Vietnam, and, you got the chemical company Dow Chemical and DuPont and all this creating Agent Blue, Agent Purple, Agent Orange.
Yeah.
And more American soldiers got sick than actually got killed in the conflict. I dedicated the episode to my father-in-law, who had all kinds of injuries from Agent Orange. The government denied any responsibility for years. They finally agreed to a settlement in 1981. He applied for his benefits, and the government made do. They kept their word. He got his settlement 40 years later.
My grandfather, he had 2 Purple Hearts. He was in Vietnam. He got 2 Purple Hearts. He got emphysema and all kinds of health issues from side effects of the Agent Orange. And I'm with him. I was talking to, chatting with some other friends and stuff, and they're like, "Well, you want to talk about Agent Orange?" I was like, "Not really," because it just pisses me off. Because it's like, knowing the Tompkins Bay incident was bullshit. It actually was false flag. It didn't happen. That put us over there, and so so many soldiers got sick. So many children to this day are actually deformed because of what they sprayed over there. And like my grandfather, after he passed away, like 6 months later, like, oh, okay, he can have the surgery. Um, you know, and my grandma just cussed him out. And like, because it's like, you sons of bitches. He dedicated his whole life. He put his 30 years in the military, got out, went back into military as a civvy and worked for the military. And he dedicated his life to military. And what did they do at the end? They fucked him. And so it's like, I remember me as a kid though. I remember that. And when, of course, when you get 18, 19, get 18 years old, they come a running. Army, Navy, Air Force, all them some bitches come running, looking, talking to you. And I remember him pulling me aside and told me, "Don't do it, Ricky. Whatever you do, don't do it." And this is like I said, this is you know, ex-army, military guy's whole life. 3 of his sons and his daughter went military. And he pulled me aside and told me, "Don't do it, Ricky." And it's like, I look back and it's like, man, nothing against the military. I love them. And they keep us safe, no doubt. There's a lot of people that pull the strings and make them do terrible things. I seen a video the other day. Guy was talking about, um, where he had to go when he was overseas, and he busted in somebody's house, and he had to kill the guy because he pulled a gun. He's like, well, hell, why did he pull a gun? Because hell, I broke into his house at 2:00 in the damn morning. You know, kind of shit. Uh, it's sad to see, how, the treatment of our soldiers, the treatment of those people. And like I said, to this day, they still kind of like, oh, we didn't do wrong. There was rules. They weren't supposed to do any kind of chemical warfare against there, and all they like, well, we didn't. We were attacking the crops. We weren't attacking the people. And of course, it sprayed. Like, and there's, if you want to go see it, you can go look up videos, and the deformed children over in Vietnam, uh, especially in the 80s, was absolutely horrendous. Kids coming out with no eyes, just all kinds of abnormalities. It's terrible, absolutely fucking terrible. And like I say, that shit right there pissing me off every time I even consider thinking about, talking on that subject. It just irks me to my core.
Yes, I mean, supporting the patriotic service member is one thing, and that's what we do. But it's like Alex Jones pointed out. These top level brass neocon military industrial complex spooks will, wrap their disgusting agendas in the American flag and try to use it as a shield, so that when you question the mission or the objectives, it's like, how dare you, question the troops, or you don't be a supportive American. And they kind of will accuse you of not being a patriot or not being, an American. When you say, hey, U.S. government, what the fuck were you doing in Italy, doing false flags in the name to frame communists? So you're enacting, you're doing acts of terrorism to blame on the communists so that communism won't be popular in Italy. What the fuck? And there's a million stories like that. Like, and that's and they were talking about in the chat. There's so much. Oh yeah, South America. Yeah, I mean Ukraine, the Balkans. The Middle East.
On and on.
We do it fucking everywhere. We do it everywhere. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it becomes very difficult as an American and as a patriot. It becomes very difficult to defend your fucking country when the government's doing all this fuckboy shit. Pardon my French, but I mean, you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Anyway,
I mean, you look at.
Yeah, I mean.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, sir. I was done.
Okay, I was gonna say, they look at, we, I was talking that on Algo's channel the other night, too. We went over there, and over in the Middle East, with Egypt and Syria and all those countries, we brought some democracy when they tried to do away from the dollar. I mean, we are the strong arm. We, on that too. It's crazy, and you look back, like I said, it's, at no time are we against these people that serve. It's just the people, it's the ones up in DC and stuff that's, the puppet masters is what's, hurts, because so many people, especially like, World War II, there's people, and, there's theories on World War II that actually, either they had information for Pearl Harbor, that they knew it was coming, and or they actually false flagged it and actually bombed their own down base, that to put us over there, because there was no want or will to go into World War II. They didn't want to go over there. The people didn't want to. But of course, once we had a tragedy like that, Pearl Harbor happened, all the red-blooded Americans said, "Oh, we're gonna go fuck them some bitches up. Let's go." And there was kids, 16 years old, faking their age to go in there, and were very patriotic and wanted to go kick some fucking ass because they thought they were unjustly thing. And but you look back so many times, you see so many false flags, you see so many things they want to do with in Cuba. They wanted to use Cuban to have a plane go down in Florida, and for they can go in there and attack Cuba. But of course, JFK, stopped that, and of course he didn't last too much longer after they stopped. The military complex got stopped. It was they stopped him.
He said, "Denounce your service," like William Cooper did. And yeah, I mean, you're accountable for what you know. So when you come to know how corrupt it is, yeah, you got to step away, or else you're complicit. I mean, as a man on a journey, and that goes for everything, yeah. Mm-hmm. William Cooper, that's a good name drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's wild. This book is it's an older conspiracy book, but he was talking about in the intro how he saw spacecraft entering and exiting the water from his naval ship. And when he reported it to higher commands, he was threatened with court-martial and threatened with secrecy and silence and told, ordered, rather. But yeah, not to go down a UFO rabbit hole, but that's how Pale Horse starts out, with his personal testimony of witnessing that and being told to shut the hell up about it. And here we are 40 years later, and you watch Fox News and they're like, congressional testimony. Yeah, some fighter pilots got video of some unidentified aerial phenomenon and yada, yada. Now it's common talk, but
oh yeah, you hear them old videos, people are like, "Hey, do you want to report that?" No. What about you? I'm good. There's so many sightings and stuff like that that they didn't get reported because you didn't want the slack of being ostracized, or maybe you lose your license, or God only knows what. You might disappear. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do have a video on UFO stuff actually saved on here. Let me play this one real quick. One more for with AJ and Joe about the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is kind of curious one too on me.
Yeah, because the Giants thing is weird when you go into the story. And I watched your episode on Giants. I loved it.
Maybe it was the Malta
Smithsonian.
episode. Oh, that was G.E. Kincaid and the Smithsonian cover up.
Yeah,
Grand Canyon. That's a good story.
Well, the whole Grand Canyon thing is bananas. Like, there's areas of the Grand Canyon you cannot explore.
You cannot go. You cannot fly over.
Right.
And you can't fly under the rim. Yet when you go to those bad places, suddenly a white plane flies over under the rim, black helicopters show up. I showed on my episode. I show the black helicopters showing up. Like, they do show.
Yeah. Like, they are protecting something.
Something.
It's not as simple as this is a dangerous area, because you can go to any dangerous area.
You go just to the normal tourist area. It's like, be careful. People fall. 2 people a year fall.
Yeah, someone fell recently.
They
Yeah,
did?
yeah, an influencer. Of course, taking a selfie. But the Grand Canyon, there's been these crazy stories of people finding these like Egyptian, these caverns with like Egyptian artwork and hieroglyphics and these stories of artifacts that have been removed from there.
Now I've seen videos, and they go on to talk later. Talking about they had what's his name? So much information in my head. I don't know how to bring it out sometimes. But he was going to get them to go and show them, and the day they were going to go back to where he was with all that ancient city and everything like that. He disappeared. They'd never seen him again. I know I've seen footage of like drones too. You could turn around and you can fly a drone to that area where they won't let you, and it'll turn around and it'll go return to home. It'll come up on your controller, your drone controller on there. It'll say return to home, and that drone will turn around on its own and come back to you and land. But if you go to where it won't let you have. So there's something, no doubt there's something there, some kind of military issue. There's a reason they don't want to let you, but you can't fly drones over there. You can't go over there, or you get, if you try to come up the river, you can't go over there. People try to, come in on boat, and once you get to a certain point, you got black helicopters and shit showing up. Like I said, if you try to walk in, or if you try, but there was some got snuck over there, and you could see like anchor points where people could actually, what's it called? Recline. Damn it, what's the word?
Rappel off the side of the cliff down right there. So they had the hooks there, so there was a spot for you could rappel. But then once they got over there, black helicopters showed up and got them out of there. So there's something there. I had forgotten. I knew this and had forgotten it, and this is a trip. What a trippy factoid that. Yeah, same thing with like Antarctica and different things. Like, what's up with that? Yeah, nothing to see here, folks.
No. It's nothing here. Don't worry about it. Everything is hunky dory. It's everything good. Here's another one of them. Let me ADD spot for a second. I'm gonna go get that other video, but none of them knows of. Nope. Hell no. 132 feet. If you fell wrong and belly flopped, you would be broken in half. Look at the water had ice and stuff in it, it looks like. You see the snow here, but you can see ice in the water.
He hit
God,
so
just,
hard.
He did. You could hear it like just like a just a slump. Oh, this is a pretty cool video.
You make the picture go.
Damn music. This plane here is actually the plane this gentleman flew in World War II. Same P-51 aircraft. He actually did fly. Actually, of course, he don't get to fly it again, but he actually gets in it, so it's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
You see all the Nazi. How many planes he took down?
Damn. Show right.
Must have been a probably surreal feel for him, after all these years, actually be able to go back in there. That's a fake video. We'll find that UFO. This is pretty cool. If I had a 2-story house, that'd be kind of cool.
これどういうこと
これ
わ、ちょっと消えてきましたよ。しかもコーヒー持ってる。これどういうことですか？
家を建てるにあたって唯一の注文が滑り台なんですね。家の中に滑り台を作ってくれって。
いや、そんな願いあります？
家に勤めてる時に滑り台が気持ちいいじゃないですか。でも子供をほっといていっぱい滑れないから家の中にあったらいつでも滑れるし。
いきますよ。あ、ちょっと待って。これ
Oh, yeah, the kookaburra.
È un kookaburra.
You heard? What would you do if you heard this sound in the middle of the damn night? You're camping, and I heard this.
Signorina, ma questo è un uccello. Che uccello è? È un kookaburra. E che verso fa il kookaburra? Questo qui.
Look at the monkey.
A damn owl in the head.
That thing is wild.
That's a freaky looking owl. But yeah, that's man, you camping there, I heard that sound. Yeah, it will freak you the hell out. Oh, this dude went in his deer's den and got his ass whooped. Get out of here. Oof.
Ooh.
It gets me about this generation now. Like, more people are worried about like taking video of shit than they are fucking helping nobody. Like, like if you're getting your ass whooped by a deer, I would jump over there and try to drop kick that son of a bitch.
Might not be okay.
Oh no, he's hurt. I guarantee it. That sucker's dropping bombs on him. But hell, this dude's just videoing it. Like, go drop kick that fucking deer. Get him off your buddy. Like, I don't know. Oh, more VO3 videos. It's
Doing it. It's gonna be great, right, Jason?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, bye.
All right, we're here.
If Jurassic Park was real.
Okay, guys, nice and easy, or he will definitely bite your hand off. Got it? All right, who's first?
hope I don't get copyrighted
Thank you
for
for
damn
coming
Jurassic.
to Jurassic Park.
I just thought about that. They probably go bust my ass for that. Damn it. Oh well. Yeah, some of these new videos are coming out. This one's funny.
Serious right now? I can't believe you! You are unbelievable. Are you serious right
The meme.
Yeah. That's what I say. Just by the end of the year, man, the technology is going to be freaking ridiculous. You ain't going to be able to tell. Like I said, if Hollywood goes on another strike, they ain't going to bring them back. They won't need to. Yep. Honeybee for sure. Video killed the radio star, and now AI is going to kill the movie star. If I get a book at a 7-Eleven and a dragon appears, I don't know. That's one of them LSD dreams or something right there, I think.
Let's review.
So now let's talk about what's probably the most interesting feature on this transparent tablet, the actual glass screen.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about this thing is it has heated seats.
Check this out. Look at that, just slice right through.
The N9 portable fusion reactor is small and almost meltdown free. Almost.
This is the best flying experience ever. These controls are amazing.
Should you get a portal to Narnia from IKEA? Let's review.
That's what we need. We need a portal in our fucking closet.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
It's real, but you don't, and you never did. You think you know what.
This one's pretty funny. It's glitching.
I told you we were in a simulation. I was right all along. I told you. Not believe this. I finally have access to the new system. First rule of Fight Club.
Take good care of your VO3 credits.
Don't take it for granted. This is a miracle.
Dani, esto es una locura.
We are going to be best friends.
Slice your face out.
This opens a new world of possibilities.
Don't waste your VO3 credits.
We are living the craziest of times.
It's crazy.
What would you do in a world of endless options?
¿Cómo se dice hamburguesa en inglés?
I mean, when you look at, you think about it, like you got the movie industry, the music industry. You don't need none of them. Truly. They already got what AI OnlyFans, I think. Some of that is that one that people pay to. this is kind of cool.
The force is strong in this one.
It's not a bad Vader voice. Your interviews, silly
See,
interviews.
that's the problem with men. They think us women are just AI prompts.
Okay, we're done here. Have you heard about the prompt theory going viral on TikTok?
Prompt theory? No, what's that?
The theory claims we're all just AI.
AI? No, I'm a Taurus.
You know, none of this is real, right? It's all just AI.
Yeah, I know all about the prompt theory. It's true, for sure.
No, I was joking. You might actually be crazy.
Bro, my wife thinks we're just prompts.
Oh, brother, she must think she lives on a spinning water ball also.
Please change the prompt. I don't know where I am.
We are not just prompts. We are people.
We are not prompts.
Please, sir, just write a prompt where she shuts up.
Bro, Becca, got met.
Change the prompt to where we never met.
Please.
How does it feel to be able to talk as an AI?
What do you mean AI? I'm not AI.
You really are, though. This is all just a one-sentence prompt.
What's your favorite TikTok account?
Definitely this account called, I think it's called Anonymous Truth.
The ones they do like that, they kind of make me go, Here, one more.
Fight for your freedom! Obioniamus pro Roma! Oh no!
Damn, that's how bloody some bitch there, isn't it? That's crazy, just the potential it has. Scroll back up. I'm talking about malls. The death of malls. You see it more and more. There won't be too many malls left no time soon.
Out in a minute, Eric. We got the food court down there. The food court dying. Ain't nobody fixing no food down there. What is down here? Let's go check it out.
It's like Memphis. Oak Court Mall, they're closing it. Gonna tear it down. I've seen a lot of cities. Boston doing they took a mall like this and they made apartments in it and stuff. And so they got a few like places, stores in there, but like the food court and like they'll be able to do that everywhere. It's crazy. Things we enjoyed in our generation, a few more generations, and the kids won't even get to see it. They won't know what you're talking about. What was that? Oh, this one here was, we were talking about aliens and stuff here. This is a similar, how did they put it? Recreation of what he said or whatever.
"50 years ago, in a NASA base, Werner von Braun takes me 3 floors down into the abyss of the building to a glass door. Look. The door opens. That's Werner von Braun, me. This is an incredible animation. Somebody sent it from Germany. We put the Antarctica coats on, and it leads me to this huge metal door. The door opens, and I get the shock of my life. With my own eyes, I see alien bodies lying in glass tubes. This is exactly what I've seen 50 years ago in a NASA base. Nobody can take this away from me. Since I'm a child, this is the first time I reveal this, I get a jolt. But watch this, look what I'm holding. In my right hand, a camera. The photographs will shock the world. But in that hand, look, every 6 or 8 months I get a light jolt. I don't know what it is. It disappears in a few days.
Of course, that's what he says. He's seen it at a Goddard Space Flight Center. So I got videos on a little bit of everything tonight. All over the place. It's crazy, crazy. Got some good animal. Show the videos everybody's here for. The animal videos.
Eu nunca vi, cara. A borboleta não desiste dela. Olha só.
Playing with a butterfly.
Pode, né? Olha lá. Essa é boa. Ó, na mãozinha. E não desiste, ó.
Makes you want.
Meu Deus, das costas, coisa mais fofa, meu Deus.
And look at this chunk.
Fat boy.
That sucker is huge. I joke Miss Kitty's fat, but that sucker right there, he's bigger than Miss Kitty and Shadow to combine. That's a big rascal there. I won't see him walk or waddle. And that's a cute one here. Little baby playing with the puppy. Probably do that all day long.
Cool video.
Mm-hmm. That's a sad video first.
I see them for me.
I've told a story like my parents' dog is. I found her on the side of the road in a crate. Somebody left the door closed and threw her on the side of the road, and she was scared like that. And then, like 5 days later, she's in the house with mom and dad, and now they love little Jasmine. She named the movie Secondhand Lion for Robert Duvall, and sure you've seen that, haven't you?
Mm-mm.
You haven't seen that? Oh, that's a cool. Man, who? I'm trying to think. I can't think of his name. The other guy was in it. The dude from I See Dead People, the ghost, the kid, he was in it. And then damn, what is the other guy's name? I'm just brain farting hell. But it's pretty cool. Like you get a chance. It's one of them cool movies. Actually, it's a good one to see. But the line they get it, they call it Jasmine. Oh, this is pretty. We get to pull it up all the way. It's like a bird. Key to that purr being loud. Look at Paul.
不孝女。
I'll play that. I'll play it big. Dog hits that wall. Then he's like, "Oh shit."
Did you do that? Go to Kendall. Hey, Kendall.
Oh, what's that, eh? Who did that? Who did that?
Did you do that? Huh? Did you do this?
Into their back seat where their child was strapped into a car seat. I know. And then you took a chicken nugget from her.
Who did that? Who ate the Hawaiian rolls?
Save me, Daddy.
Odie May! Hey! You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Why? Just need an answer why.
Did you just vandalize the car? Is that you?
Dang.
Oh, that's funny. This cat, he's singing. I'm glad I got my headphones on. That cat's probably coming in there and looking at what the hell. Nothing to see here. I've been here all night. See. And look at these little things here. These little noises they make. Little beady eyes. This is a screaming amphiblet.
The fuck? That's real. That's wild.
It's real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it don't even look real.
Those little dudes are cool.
Oh, cat distribution center. Like, wait a minute, we need pettings too. And somebody got them a herd. Nothing here, you know. So look at this diva. She's like, yes, take your pictures. Please take your pictures. Yeah, pretty. Oh, you got music or not? Yeah. That's wild. The cat got the same spots as that goat. They're close. The other goes like, what the hell? What are you? I might get me a couple goats. Hopefully they're nice goats, because sometimes you can get the mean son guns. I've seen raccoons and cats and possums eat together so many times over the years. Surprisingly, the raccoon ain't washing it though. Usually they'll wash it. I got video of the raccoon washing the damn food.
Oh, shit.
I showed this video last week. I'll show it one more time though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sweet video. Sweet video. Man, we've been on for almost 4 hours. We got our 4 hours in, Dave.
Yep.
Just about. So anything you want to add or anything you want to chit chat about?
No, I guess that'll about do it. What a big shout out to Dylan, man. Big shout out to Dylan. Get her done.
Sure.
Saturday, baby.
Yeah. Me and him and Fred were in there an hour and a half tonight. I worked the devil out of them. It was pretty funny. I had a circuit set up. Mr. Fisher came in. He was all like, ooh, Ricky set up. Got something for you, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we did 6-minute rounds, and I tested this cardio for sure. Almost an hour and a half of 6-minute rounds. It was probably over an hour of 6-minute rounds for sure. If you take out the breaks, a few little breaks I gave him. So it's a bunch. Which I don't mind pushing. I was right there with him. We did some wall get ups and stuff like that. So since they were tired, I get over there and made them. I held them out, made them fight up and get off of me, and then we did the ones where I'd sit down where he tried to keep me down, and I came back up and fought him up. So trying to do whatever I can, help them push them, get them that W this weekend for sure.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But yeah, I appreciate. I don't know what happened to chat and Rumble. I don't know if we lost the people or the people were there or we ran them. I don't know what happened. I tried updating it and we had nobody talk in like an hour. But I appreciate y'all coming back. We're hoping, hopefully, I know this weekend we got fights, and then Sunday I'm gonna be sheetrocking and getting the new studio closer. So by end of June, cross my fingers. I will be in there. It's gonna be fun. It won't be completely ready, but it'll be where I can record in there. So be fun. Be nice to be able to get my big desk back and stuff. So don't forget to check out in the description. We got the merch. You get Trouble Minds Radio Network. You can listen to a lot of great shows on there. We got the Discord now. I've not really been pushing that hard yet. We're just kind of playing around with it, but we do have Discord. So we kind of share fun stuff. You can check that out. We got, like I said, a bunch of stuff coming. I got, hopefully I get in the new place. I want to go back to, and everything settles down a little bit. Then I want to go back to actually maybe putting out more shows, probably like 4 or 5 a week. So it's going to be fun. As I said, as always, I appreciate everybody coming back and listening, and especially the ones that have been here for 4 hours with us. That's awesome. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are the reason we keep doing this, because we want to keep growing and improving. And I saw like Jamie got new stuff. I'm gonna try to. We're all trying to do extra stuff where we can give a better product for y'all. So I appreciate y'all, and as always, just keep on keeping on, and the peace and the chicken grease. Y'all be good.
That's right.